Welcome to the Canceled Show with Rashad, Dyson, and Manny, broadcasting live from the Global Life Studios for Fishbowl Network in Arlington, Texas.
Make sure to tune in every Friday from 9 to 11. Log in to hear us talk about
Sex,
cars,
more sex,
explosions,
drugs,
firepower.
Wait, you didn't have that?
No. Can you imagine?
Right?
We're so canceled.
What is up? ¿Qué onda, mi raza? ¿Cómo están? It's your boy Manny.
I'm Lupa Chavez,
Yay. And today we have our guest.
a very special guest.
One of the best.
We have a rapper, a chef. He's been featured in the Dallas Observer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yay.
He's got a new music video. He's got a lot of projects going on right now. He's actually got 2 music videos going on right now.
A week apart. Last 2 Fridays we drop new joints. Pow, pow.
Yeah, so he's steadily busy.
Philosopher.
Yeah.
That's right.
I would like to introduce Kilo Artifact.
What up, folks? It's your boy, Facto, Chilean rap terror to do away with the trap era.
Hey.
There you go.
All kinds of shit like that.
All day, son.
All day.
Yeah.
So, man, I gotta ask you, how'd you come? How the name?
I'm gonna be real honest with you, dude. I'm a movie nerd, bro. Alright? It's one of those things where at first it was just some movie shit, and then
Yeah.
it caught more meaning, and then you kind of like added it to the story.
Right.
But originally, I'm a big fan of the Kevin Smith movies, right?
Right.
Jay and Silent Bob, and I thought one of the best
Okay,
ones
yeah,
they
yeah,
ever
yeah.
did was Dogma. Y'all
I
seen
love Dogma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dogma is the
Matt
shit.
Damon's character in Dogma is Loki, right?
Yeah.
Angel of Death, right?
Right.
Well, Loki, flip the syllables, kilo, bam, kilo artefacto. So basically, I'm like an angel of destruction. I want to destroy and rebuild hip hop from the ground up.
Oh.
So that's kind of my idea. Now, I was raised in Norway a little bit in Europe. And
What?
Yeah, and I was raised with a little bit of Norse mythology, and that's where Loki actually comes from. You know, the Thor and shit in Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the lore, the real stuff before that.
Right.
So I immediately, when I looked up Loki, I was like, oh, she's this tight. You know, oh shit, Norse mythology.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of lived there. I wasn't from there, but I came from there at some point. So it felt like it was a big part of me. I also thought I needed a name that was going to be good. It's going to jive in Espanol and English. I
Right.
think Kilo did that seamlessly.
Oh, it's
You don't have to switch it up.
Yeah.
Right.
But then you probably got a million coke dealing rappers from here to damn Panama
That's what I thought,
that are
yeah.
named that, right? So I had to add something else to it, and the Artefacto just gave it more of a truthful artist
Right.
edge to it.
That's what's up, man. So how'd you end up in Europe, by the way?
Yeah, like how'd you grow up in
That was so
Norway?
cool.
That's just out of nowhere.
By the
Yeah,
way,
no,
Europe, whatever.
No, I grew up in Norway.
I was cool, bro. Like dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet in Chile, where I was born. My parents did their best to get the hell out of there.
Right.
By the time I was 3, we got out of there and went to Norway, man. A country that at the time was sympathetic to our situation and was
Right.
basically saying, hey, come here legally.
And we'll help you.
Here's an apartment. Here's some food. Here's some money. Here's some resources.
Yeah.
And here's some language training. And my parents were like, what the fuck?
What is
Okay,
this?
took advantage of it and then got
They ran with it,
got
huh?
off the shit. You know, the welfare help coming in, a socialist country at the time. But little countries like that got a bunch of money put up. It's no problem for them to do that kind of shit.
Right.
So that's a fight for another day, whether socialist
Right.
works or not. I guess it depends on the situation, right?
Right.
They were friendly to us, and we thrived there. And they actually, we didn't have to leave. We could have stayed and became Norwegian citizens, and you'd have never seen Kilo Artefacto or any empanadas over here.
Yeah.
Right?
But we left. You know, we did the old. Once you go back to your country, once you go back and fix your own country shit, we did that. We actually did. And after a 17-year-old dictatorship, a country's economy is in the motherfucking toilet. Right? So my parents did a little forecasting and said, we can't stay here.
Yeah,
This
they
thing
were
ain't
smart
gonna
about
fucking
it.
work.
Yeah.
So we immediately, must have been 11 months. But enough for me to get grounded when I was 7 years old to my Chilean culture, absorb it.
Right.
And boom, came to the U.S., bro. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's awesome, man. Yeah, because I didn't even know you were Chilean. I think I spoke.
Yeah.
I thought you were Mexican the whole time.
I don't wave a flag around anymore,
Yeah,
I'm not with flags.
That's how I could tell.
You know what I'm saying? But you will see me with a soccer jersey, so keep your eye on the patch. That's how you know.
That's how they get you. Yeah, because I thought that was pretty cool that you didn't get offended, because usually I say that, but different other ethnicities, when you call them Mexican, usually it's offended. They're like, oh, I'm not Mexicano, don't call me that.
I'm not a beaner.
Yeah.
Not a beaner or a mojo.
We're wired weird.
Right,
That's all.
It's like we won't accept the fact that we're probably related in some kind of fucking way. Like, you take everything that's in Mexico plus everything that's a little south of Mexico,
Yeah.
except for Argentina. Argentina's
all-
probably, you know.
Man, we're all mutts, bro.
But yeah, we're a
That's what the
mixture of
Latin race is, bro.
we're a mixture of everything
Once you
that
get over
raped and
that,
pillaged us.
It's not that big a deal. Once you get over that shit, but yeah, man, absolutely. All about unity, dog. No, not about lines and colorful flags, bro. It's about what's inside and what we are as people. And these days with the internet, there's no reason for us to abide to the old rules of the
You would
stay
think
confined
that.
to your own kind and do
Yeah.
this and that. Fuck that.
You would think that, but we just keep going backwards.
I know, right?
Yeah, ain't no going forward now. We still going backwards.
Yeah,
all good,
that's
The only-
crazy.
The only thing that keeps going forward is the gas prices.
Yeah,
They going a little back right now, but for how
they
long?
keep me from going forward with them.
Right? You don't be wanting to travel.
You okay, bro?
Yeah, I keep on smelling the food.
Yeah.
All right, so
I swear.
I'm gonna touch on that right now. So
Yo.
you became a chef, right?
I
Or-
reinvented myself, yeah, a couple years ago.
yeah, so music and baking, or
Yeah, baking.
so explain to us what you brought for us today.
All right, so we got a traditional Chilean empanada. All right, so try to think of every country having its hidden gem, right?
right?
Well, Italy's hidden gem is all out, you know, with the pastas and the pizzas, and everybody knows about Italian food.
Right.
The French, you know, everybody knows about the French, Mexican food culture, rich as hell. Everybody knows. You mix it up in any which way with any tortilla
Yeah.
you possibly can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it comes to South American food, it's a lot of peasant food. It's a lot of poor food. It's a lot of village food and shit like that. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff doesn't really translate well to metropolitan areas,
Yeah.
unless there's a small Venezuelan community or Colombian community.
Right.
Now, because you think about the Mexican culture, everyone knows what pozole and menudo is, right?
Of course,
You don't
yeah.
got or tamales. You don't got to advertise or explain yourself. When
Yeah,
you
it's
sell
just
it.
known that
You just
that's
know.
that's the famous food.
Even when they're
Yeah.
bad, they're good, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I
that's
got
not
to
my
I got to the point to where I wouldn't eat certain tamales. You know,
Well,
like-
If I see a white boy que vende tamales,
Yeah,
I don't trust it. There was a hot dog weenie in my tamale last time, and I want my money back.
Oh man, no
So
pork.
that's what I'm saying. But every time, it just depends, bro.
That's what's inside the counts. Alright.
yeah, right.
So, Chilean empanada is a hidden gem, alright? All South American countries have their own little version of a meat pie. But Chile and Argentina tend to fight over who's got the best one a lot. As far as I know, they just shape them a little different out there. Like squarish. So we make them more round,
Whoa!
That's
rounded
a
off.
big fucking thing, bro.
Look at that.
Wow! You guys can see this.
Well, you got the window bag. It's all about that window bag, don't it? So I make my own dough. It's my aunt's recipe. Since I was a kid, she'd make the Chilean empanadas in my family, and she'd sell them at soccer games or September 18th parties, which is our national holiday.
Yeah.
And that's all she ever did, my aunt, you know, and she got really good at it. And while I was documented, doing my best to work wherever I could, I work in kitchens and paint crews and shit like that, you know, like how life does you. But I realized that in the kitchen, I had a good hand for it. I never knew before. I spent my whole 20s eating Jack in the Box and horrible food like that, you know,
Yeah.
living alone, not barely cooking, maybe some boxed macaroni or something, you know. But I finally work in a real kitchen. We start doing food from scratch, and I started realizing, oh shit, calzones. You know, it's an Italian restaurant, and we start making the calzones, and I get really good at the shape of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wonder if I could put my hand in some empanadas, Chilean style. And I was just thinking for the fact that maybe just learning how to make them, right?
Yeah.
But nah, man. I decided to be the one, the bridge, the one who brings this hidden gem from Chile to the States and to the world eventually. This is my branding. It's all local, man. It's all grassroots. This is done by Mike Lagaki, a really good friend of mine, one of the best artists in Dallas as far as, you know, that kind of stuff. It's also, the logo design was done by my man Spew, Tay, who is also a master of his craft. So throughout the years, I've met people that are really good at what they do, and those are kind of the only people I fuck with on anything, on any level. You know what I mean? So with their help, I was able to create a logo that started helping promote the brand. I started getting out and doing bar hopping at nights, Magnolia area, 7th Street,
Hell yeah.
Deep Ellum, whatever, anywhere, or hip hop shows. Everybody knows me. I walk into a hip hop show, they're like, oh, it's Kilo. wait,
Yeah.
we seen that he had, like, he kind of redid himself with these empanadas all of a sudden. So next thing you know, I'm this novelty walking in the door with a smelling, with a
They're
real
like,
good,
hey, bring
I got
one
the
of
smelly
those.
bag specials back here, you feel me? So that's kind of how it rolled out, and I didn't really think that it would go like that. But all those years of selling CDs, you know what I mean? Learning how to hustle, learning how to talk to people, because I used to be shy as hell, bro. But all those years of struggling and forcing yourself to do face-to-face.
Right.
Now I'm a damn master, bro. I come over here and I bake it, I make it, I sling it, I spend it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From top to the bottom. Always looking to hire more people. We're trying to blow this brand up. Chef Key's Empanada Empire is where it's at. I'm trying to coin the term EMPS, which is EMPS for a shorter way of saying empanadas.
Yeah.
Right? Chef Key's EMPS, that's what they are. Now, go ahead.
I'm gonna grab it. I
ahead,
ain't
bro.
gonna fucking wait.
Now, the empanada has arrived. I've noticed that Chili's has like some beef empanadas on their
You gonna have-
appetizer menu, or QT may have some little meat pies, because
Right.
they're hearing that it's a thing now. You know,
Shit.
I've been doing this one since 2018. So look at that. So what we
Oh,
got on the
man.
Chilean one
What is
is
this?
sirloin steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're good.
You wanna
man.
get this other half?
I don't need one, so there's 4 in here. That's
Oh, there's 4?
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll
Come
get
on,
it.
for real.
And where can people find you at? Like,
ChefKeysEmps.com or at ChefKeysEmps. Keys, you know? At first, I tried to put Ki because of kilo, Chef Key, but everybody was calling me Chef Kai and shit.
Chef Kai.
All right. No, I'm not kidding. I had to redo the logo.
He's like, nah, man, nah.
The email, I had to burn that email, you know what I mean? And change everything. We gotta do it right.
Order some motherfucking empanadas from this guy right here. Shit is good.
Shit, I got a little jingle about it too.
Oh, yeah?
Sometimes when I'm out selling, I'll bust out the little flow and catch people off guard. And they're like, what the fuck? This fool kicking people left to right.
Rapping
Check
and
it out.
selling empanadas.
I take the flavor by the pound, mix it with the yolks, distribute it to your town. Can't give out the secret, but believe that it exists. When my auntie helped me tweak it, ever since been getting down. Chef Key, Empanada Emperor. Hip-hop foodies about to see that I was sent from the heavens up above, or was it that continent down below? Chilean born and half raised, the other half Tejano.
There you go, there you go.
Artie the Empanada Man, traditional Chilean style Pinot, I got a lot of them. A lot of fam, I made peace with having haters. Shit, I'll even cater the flavor to Darth Vader. See, there's no discrimination. Yo no soy racista, that means I ain't a racist. Everybody's on my lista. Buddha fingers on the beat, Lagaki with the visuals. Get them by the dozen, half dozen or individual. What? Then I got a DJ cutting it up and shit. But when I do that live, you know, at a bar, people are like, what the hell? They don't expect this, you know what I mean? Plus, I'm more of a sit and talk to the people and really explain what I'm here doing than just a quick sell and burn out, you know what I mean? So I'm making a pretty good impression on the neighborhoods, bro, that I'm extending my pastries.
This is good.
You know what I'm saying?
This is really good, bro.
I appreciate it. And, you know, I try not to overdo it on the salt. The Chilean recipe has a lot of salt. But we're trying to scale that back these days just for everybody's sake. You know what I mean? But you're always welcome to put some hot sauce or some salt yourself if
Thank
you
you
want.
so much,
No doubt,
Bro,
man.
this is
Appreciate it.
fucking dope.
And it's always fresh, never frozen. Made the day of. Yeah. The trick to the meat mix is has to be done the day before. And then the way the onions go in, they sit in the juice and just kind of do this.
All the flavors soaked
Yeah,
in.
they totally marinate, and yeah. And my aunt's like, you make sure that you're letting that Pinot rest, because we call it Pinot mix. And I was like, yeah. She's like, you're not gonna sell this today, are you? Because she saw me when I was like, no. She goes, don't you fuck up my recipe.
Yeah, you can't fuck up her shit, bro. You can't.
Take some scheduling, bro. But we got a rental kitchen and we got some shifts, some people that help me out with it. But for the most part, I'm the face, man. I'm the face. Me and my wife helps in the behind the scenes kind of stuff. And we got on Channel 8 last year, bro. Channel 8, Good Morning Texas. And since then, bro, we had to get the website legit and the LLC going so we could like sell to the public without getting, you know, running into shit on the back end. And I learned a lot of business life here because of it. Now, I've been operating since 2018, but just kind of on the side doing my thing. And then the pandemic hit. I got laid off from my office job, which is funny because, you know, I work all these years in kitchens and, you know, Then I finally get my papers. I go back to school.
Yeah.
I get the office job. I'm making the fat bonus checks. I'm rocking the button up,
Yeah.
wearing the headset, doing the whole call center thing. You know.
Yeah.
To me, that's new because I always worked outside. People in there complaining about, I'm like, y'all killing me,
Same, I can
complaining.
relate.
See, that's-
y'all tripping. Y'all know how good y'all got it.
Yeah, like I ain't never worked in the office building, so like one day,
Y'all tripping.
One day I will
you
find
mean I
out.
can make as much coffee as I want to? I'll be right back. You feel me? So I saw that all unfold, and I made good friends there. I did good. It was I was selling car parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you like Nerf bars and truck beds, and
Yeah.
lift kits, and high end shit like that. You know.
Yeah.
But I was learning the side of business too, margin. You know what I mean, and what you're making off each product, and maybe you're not making so much off of this product because the meat is high cost, but maybe this
You'll
this
make it
other
on the back
empanada
end.
is- Yeah, so all that kind of shit was. I was a sales rep. I climbed pretty quickly in the company because I wasn't screwing around, man. I was just happy to be somewhere that wasn't a hot kitchen,
Yeah.
or a hot house painting. You know what I mean? So I did my thing there, and then I got laid off when the pandemic hit, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually, we jumped in front of it because as soon as they shut the NBA down, my wife looked at me. She was like, "This shit's for real." I was like, "I know this is for real. They just shut down the NBA. Who the hell shuts down the NBA?" I never seen that in my life, bro. So
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, that's it."
9/11 was like the only time.
And it didn't really last that long, right?
no.
I'm sure the effects did, but the
like a week.
the everyday inconvenience that COVID gave everybody, bro, that shit was wild. And here I am laid off, you know, and luckily a citizen, resident enough to be getting some wages from leaving the job, severance package or whatever. And here I am, you know, stressed out, and I can't write. Damn, I'm at home now. I can't write anything. I got my kids all day. Cool, great, it's fantastic. I got to be with my kids a lot, but I couldn't. Man, last year was hard on everybody, bro. You know, mentally, you know what I mean? I try to navigate, and I like to pride myself on the fact that I've never really had too many issues upstairs. But you
Yeah.
know, last year made you kind of realize that
I think-
you don't have to have them to have them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Last year fucked everybody up.
Yeah.
Just in general, even
Yeah.
kids. Like my kids didn't get to go to school as much as they wanted to, and you know, doing the homeschool shit.
Yeah.
My kids weren't a fan of
Yeah,
that.
mama. Wasn't either,
But-
bro. I was definitely a kindergarten teacher that's hard to sell.
Yeah, you got some good Yo, he's like, my kids weren't a fan. Like, my kids were like, look, homeschool. They're like,
I got some decent kids.
Well, at the young age, I want to be around all the friends and shit, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the last place you
my
need to
son's
be.
a teenager.
Yeah, so yeah. I can imagine that, yeah.
That's not cool. You're not cool, dude.
Well, we had to re-evolve, bro, and it's funny that, you know, we go from the office job to getting laid off right back to the kitchen work, but this time it's for me, it's for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not for some dude I don't even know that only shows
Yeah.
up and it's time to shut the restaurant down.
Yeah,
That's a fucked up thing.
You're making your own money right
Bro,
now.
I was working at a kitchen one time. Kept getting passed over for kitchen manager, and I didn't, bitch. I just did my thing. I did my work, bro. I was keeping that place alive, bro.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the manager would show up in the morning, unlock the door, let all the cooks come in, and then be like, "All right, I'll be back in 2 hours." Then he'd go home and sleep or some shit.
Oh shit.
And then I'd have to do the prep list because I had majority, the seniority. So here I am telling the fellas, and everybody smokes, bro. You know, service industry was like, all right, turn on the pasta water, put the grills on, turn on the fryer, turn on the ovens. All right, we good? Got everything on? Let's go to the back. We're gonna get a blunt lit, right? Start passing that shit around. I'd be like, all right, geez, you gonna handle this? The prep list. I was basically the damn kitchen manager,
Right.
off script for this company. You know what I mean?
Right.
And one day the actual kitchen manager quits because no one was listening to her because everybody rolled with me anyway. You know, I wasn't telling anybody to hate on her or nothing, but
You already had it.
Oh, yeah,
You
she
already had it
realized
figured
that
out.
everyone was tuning her out, you know. And I was just trying to be helpful, and she got really offended and quit, you know. And then they came to me like, "Hey, you're the new kitchen manager." And I was like, "About fucking time, fella," you know. And he was like, "All right, cool. Hey, by the way, the owner's coming tonight, so can you stay a little late so you make sure that their food is good, is perfect?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
He was coming to shut it down. Shut the motherfucker
No.
down. Yes. So they sat down, they ate, I made sure their food was ready, and that's the last time I stepped to that motherfucker.
You're like, fuck this.
That's corporate America, though. They don't care about you and your story and what you got going on, bro. It's all about this right here. You
No,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
like
That's why
I was looking at a post that said that you don't owe any company anything to give them a 2-week notice. 'Cause
Exactly,
at
bro.
the end of the day, they could fire you right then and fucking there. You know, like
It's the hardest for
fuck
older
'em.
folks to realize that, our grandmas and parents and shit, because a lot of
Yeah.
times they want to spend their life fucking
Yeah.
themselves up for some company.
So,
Yeah, it's wild.
like me, I worked 17 years for one place.
Okay.
17 years. Worked for them, whatever hours they needed me to, whatever shift they needed me to. I worked for them.
Soldier, yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody-
and I was like, easy ass job. I was sitting in the office. I wasn't doing shit. And I got to a point to where I was like, I ain't doing shit. It's cool, but I need to make more money. I'm like, hey, can I make some more money? They're like, nah, you're already maxed out. I'm like, then there ain't no reason for me to be here no more.
I told that at McDonald's, bro.
Yeah.
Same shit. I used to work a manager at McDonald's. Couldn't climb up because they knew I wasn't fully legit. They're like, nah, you good right there. I'm like, I know the feeling, bro.
And that's what happens to a lot of Mexican people, or just immigrants in general, that they settle for
They're
for the
just happy
comfort.
to be here.
They settle
Yeah.
for the comfort that they have a job. It don't matter if it pays them $16 an hour for the next
They
10
get
fucking
exploited,
years,
exactly.
and they get exploited. They get
Right.
fucked.
I knew this cat at this Guatemalan dude, Jose, worked with me at Church's Chicken when I was 18. And this dude would open and close that place every single day. Did they pay him overtime? No. Did he care? No. He was just happy to work somewhere. Send all his money to his wife back in Guatemala. And I was like, dude, this ain't no way to live, bro. Fuck that. You gotta tell them fools to pay you overtime. He was like, no, I don't want to get fired. I was like, God damn, I hate that.
See, and that's
I hate that
the
shit,
fear,
bro.
because they know that it'll be hard for them to find another job somewhere else.
Yeah. I
You
don't
know,
like that shit, man.
And that's why whenever they told me that you can't get more money, I was like, Psh, I get more money somewhere else. Watch me.
Exactly what he did.
Yeah, I fucking.
There you go.
I did some crazy shit. I'm like, I ain't never worked anywhere else. This is the only place I've ever worked at.
Oh wow, that's hard to switch that brain.
I got a job offer to go work in Philadelphia,
Oh god.
and it was
Eagle
like,
country?
yeah, and it was like $38 an hour though, and like $150 per diem per day, and I was like, fuck it, I'm taking it. They're like, we need you here in a week. I was like, Psh, all right. Hey man, I'm only gonna work the rest of this week, and I'm done.
It's rap, yeah.
I didn't even make it the whole week because I was like, it was summer, so I was like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna take my kids, put everybody in the car. We gonna go to New York because the kids they still weren't in school, and then I'm like, just fly everybody back. So we went to New York.
Damn, bro, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I said,
Philly,
fuck it.
man.
I was gonna stay and finish off the week, but then I was like,
Think about it for 2 seconds.
I was thinking about it, and I was like,
For what?
why finish off the week?
Even if you came back, you ain't coming back to shit.
Yeah, I was like, why finish off the week? I was like, it was like I was gonna work till Friday. It was like Wednesday, and I was like, it just hit me, and I'm like, fuck it. Hey, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I left early,
Yeah, bro.
so I worked nights, and then I got home. I was getting ready to take a shower. I was like, I'm gonna take a shower, take a nap. We're gonna leave right away to go straight to New York.
That fucking job. off
Hell
you,
yeah.
basically, right?
So the supervisor called me. He goes, hey, why did you leave? I'm like, what do you mean, why did I leave?
Because it's a rap player.
He's like, yeah, why'd you leave? And they tell me that you're not coming tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm done. Like, that's it.
I can't stomach y'all fuckers for 2 more fucking days.
He's like,
I tried. Believe me.
and it wasn't even that because I liked the job.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I knew I wasn't gonna get nowhere.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm done. This is it. And he's like, oh, just like that? That's not really professional. I'm like, well, we get to the point to where we're like, fuck being professional. Do I want to waste one more day working for you, or do I want to waste, or do I want to just go take my family to New York for two days before I got to go to
It's not a
Philadelphia?
question, bro. It's not a question.
I'm like, so yeah, fuck this. I'm out. I don't work for you no more, and I just hung up.
They're built to not come at you on the human level. They're always built to come at you like some oppressor that holds all the cards. Fuck that, dude.
I used to work for a construction. I used to do fire safety.
What?
Fire safety. So it's this little. I don't even know. It's a construction thing. It goes on the corners of the walls, and it prevents fires. It stops the fires.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to stop the fire.
Post.
Shit.
So every day, man, I would wake up and it's like I would see the sunrise. I'm like, man, there's more to my life than just doing this.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, I want to do more. I want to see what's out there. I want to see what's.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm thankful for the job I have now, and I love doing this. Interviewing guests and get to hear your stories and how far we've come. It's just like it feels good because you do it on your own terms now. It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. There's no one above.
Yeah, like it's you.
The creative, yeah, exactly.
Like everything that comes out is you. You're making on your own steam, and I think ultimately that's what it is. Because who said it? Fuck, I know I'm gonna fuck this story up, but that they conditioned us from the beginning that we are born to obey by the rules, pay attention, stay in line, so that way we can be controlled. Instead of finding your own way and make your own path.
Sure.
No, you get in line.
Yeah.
For the rest of it, you do as you're told.
Yeah. A lot of people are cool with that. Sometimes they don't have the creative juices to even care about trying anything else.
Yeah.
I That's how you get institutionalized people who'd rather just go to jail and let them do all the work for them.
That is true. See,
keeping up with bills and people and shit. I just let y'all handle me. Keep me whenever.
see, me doing that wild shit and like moving halfway across the fucking United States for a couple months.
Shit, yeah. But
Like-
you didn't feel like you made a mistake the whole time, right?
I felt
maybe a little bit, right?
I felt like I knew it was scary because I was just like, I'm taking this fucking
feeling's
chance
there
to
for
go
a
way
reason.
over there,
Yeah.
and if it
comfort
doesn't
zone,
work
yeah.
out, I'm fucked, you know. So I took this big ass risk, and then I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I miss my family, I miss my kids. I'm gonna come back home.
Yeah.
I came back home. I went to one job. Then I was like, nah, this ain't it. I went to another job. I'm like, I need to make more money. And I went to another job, and I'm finally at a place where I get paid decent, you know. And I'm just like, this will do for now.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I'm not scared to just get up and go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
you know
I-
your worth. You know that you're worth more than one thing.
Yeah, and I have that. But that was my problem before. Like, look, I look a certain way. I got tattoos on my hands, you know.
Yeah.
I've been doing metal fabrication for like 18 years.
Right.
I was a supervisor for like 8 years at the company I was before, and everywhere I go to apply for supervisor jobs, they're like, well, we don't really need a supervisor right now. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, you don't need me. But then they hire, they hire the nice, nice young white guy with like 2 years of experience to be the supervisor, and I'm just like
nephews or somebody.
yeah, and I'm just like, whatever.
That's how you mess up the world, bro.
So now I've come to the conclusion. I've come to the conclusion that I'm gonna make them pay me like a supervisor, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this bullshit work that I was doing before back in the day, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm gonna make them pay me like
You
a
don't
fucking
deserve-
supervisor.
Oh yeah, I tell people, know your worth and know when to present it.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying?
But confidence is key.
Yeah.
By the way, I've been quiet. If you guys are just listening, I've been quiet because I've been eating the empanada. Bro, it's so good. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to finish mine, bro, but we keep on talking, and I'm just like,
I let him talk.
but I keep on looking at it like.
It's looking at me.
As he's
So
talking,
I'm actually waiting for us to go on break because we take a break at 10.
Okay.
We'll play a little bit of
as he's
music,
talking,
you know.
I'm just like, yeah, keep talking, keep talking.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna really fuck this up.
So,
I don't want to look
When
like
did you get here?
I don't want the viewers to see.
I don't want them to see me fuck this shit up and they'd be like, damn, look at that fat motherfucker right
that's what
there.
they say about me because I'm looking at myself with the camera on the damn.
That'd actually be a pretty good
Yeah, I'm
commercial.
off.
If I show up to a podcast with my empanadas and then on the podcast everyone's just turn it up all animalistic.
Hey, we got a good little shooter for you.
What's
A
up?
commercial. So,
Okay.
so we'll talk. But
He was supposed to be here today, but he has COVID.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, it
shout out
wasn't
to
me,
the homie
bro. It
Marty.
wasn't me.
Shout out to Marty. But also, too, yeah, he was supposed to be here like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And then he ended up having COVID. He couldn't make it.
Damn this COVID. Okay, so I want to get back on the music. When did you want to do rap? Like, when did you say I want to be a rapper?
Well, I liked my parents are musicians, not rap musicians.
I'm about to say they. Okay.
So rap didn't exist in their heads. They're just like, what? No.
¿Qué es eso? Pendejadas.
¿Qué son esas chingaderas?
Winnie, ¿cuál Winnie?
Keep cursing.
Este música de los negros.
Why? I'm not gonna, bro.
My grandma.
My uncle. You know what my uncle told me, man? And my uncle ain't racist. They just don't know any fucking better, right? And my uncle told me straight up. He goes, "You still rapping?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm still rapping." And he was like, "Man, you know what rap is?" And I'm like, "What?" And he was like, "Rap is a conversation between a couple black folks." And I was like,
God.
I don't even know what you mean, Uncle. Are you saying that you don't understand that they're rhythmically talking? That's one thing, bro.
Mamá, ¿qué quiere decir patacuchi? ¿Qué es eso?
What's Badusi? What's Badusi?
It's fucked up because back in the day I liked Mystical a lot, and I'm wondering now with the recent news if my mom was like, "Oh,
Oh, yeah, he went to jail, right?
Yeah.
Lil Kilo used to love him some Mystical."
Like it too, because like when she first came over, I don't know, I put you watch Mystical. Yeah, she was telling me, I was like, yeah, so he's a raper.
Yeah, he's
Great.
a
That's one of those faces you looked at and you're like, yeah, he rapes. Like,
He's got that rapey look.
He looked at me like, yeah, he did that shit.
Se mira bien alborotado.
Yo, we got a comment. Let me see what this is. Sorry. How y'all been? What's up, Marty?
Marty.
Aliba.
It's not Marty with COVID?
Nah,
Okay.
it's another Marty.
No, this is one of my
I
homies.
cursed you already.
I went to school with him. Another cool guy, man.
I was touching.
But so you said music wise, when did you know you wanted to be a rapper?
I really liked early 90s American music. Michael Jackson featured Heavy D. It was the first time I ever heard on Jam, that Jam song. The first time I ever heard a rap verse, and I was like,
He's like, oh shit.
what is this? And I was like 8 or something, 9 maybe. And rewinded it. That's something different about this. It attracted me, you know, rhythmically. My dad's a drummer. My mom's a singer. I grew up falling asleep at the rehearsals, Latin music in my head, all kinds of Latin folklore, you know, all kinds of South American shit, you know, cumbia, too much of that in my head. I didn't think or care about music because it was so all the time there. But when I started hearing, not necessarily pop, but American music, Michael Jackson was pop, but he was, you know, he had some good shit. And then the rap wave comes out, and like Gangsta's Paradise, and Snoop Dogg, you know, and that moment, right? Like I guess the '94 wave, right there, right when the Cowboys
the
put
Dre,
the second Super Bowl, yeah, like right there. Like that shit really grabbed me, man. And I was like, man,
The Dre and Easy
it just
E and
feels
just
really cool to nail that. So what I was doing, and I was rewinding the like Gangsta's Paradise. I was rewinding I had a single, when I had the album, I was rewinding the lyrics and writing them down so that I could say them exactly as he said them, you know. And I was like, oh, that feels good. Oh, it feels good when you nail that snare. Yeah. So I felt like rhythmically it was always in me because my dad's a drummer. Artistically, as a vocalist, that was always in me because my mom's a singer. But I just never did rap, and my parents they do cover music. I'm more of an introvert. I'm gonna write you about my experiences, about my inner feelings, about the world that I feel like I'm alone in. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, definitely mid '90s. Definitely took it serious in '99 when my cousin Eric, rest in peace, Eric. He showed me that him and his buddy Christian were recording some Spanish rap shit, and it was some gangsta ass Spanish rap shit, but there's nothing like it. I was excited. I was like, "What? Yeah, you can do that? You can record your own shit? Y'all get beats and shit, or what?" And they're like, "Yeah, we make one with this keyboard." And I was like, "What? Show me everything." Because y'all don't know how seriously I love rap. Like, they just happened to tell me what they were doing one day. They're like, "I think you're old enough." I was like 16. They're like, "Check out the song we recorded." And I'm like, "What? Y'all recorded a song?" They played it, and it's fucking fantastic. It was really good, man. And I was like, "Damn, you can actually do this shit?" I started playing around with my dad's equipment. He had a bunch of equipment in the music room in our house, and I started hooking it up, and I put the mic on, and then I found some soundtrack with some beats, and started just kind of freestyling, trying to figure it out. But towards the end of the '90s, right around 2000, by the time the towers got hit, I was decided that I was going to be an MC of the pure kind, because I was trying to figure out what's my style though. Like, I love rap, but I see this SPM cat that all my Mexican homeboys are kind of pushing on me, and that fool's tight. I like him. I feel like. Then I got all these white homies that are showing me this ICP shit, and it's a little weird, it's a little dark, but it jams. I kind of like that.
Is that the Clowns?
Yeah, St. Clown Posse, yeah.
And then I'm listening to a bunch of Chilean rap because I came across a tape of Tito de Gracia's Chilean, the first Chilean rap group, actually the first successful Latin rap group in all of Latin America was from Chile. Tito de Gracia. They got big in Mexico, and after that it was a rap, you know. And they fell apart, and you know, careers went their own way. But I was really heavy into Spanish rapping, you know. And when my cousin showed me that they did it, I was all in. I was like, "Oh shit, sign me up."
They're like, "Yeah, put me on there."
Immediately put me on. They were like, "Well, learn first. Write you a clean verse, and
they're like,
first you got to come up with a name though." And that's when I was like, "Ooh, I want to rap in English eventually."
You know,
I need a name that works for both, and that's when I came up with Kilo real quick. In the middle of a verse, like I stopped and I was like, "They call me." What they call me? You know what I mean? So I must have sat on it for about an hour, just like. And then I was like, "Kilo works for both."
Flacco don't sound right. Flacco don't sound right.
And
he's like, "Nah, that's too Mexican cholo. No, I can't do Flacco."
I stuck with Key, and then you know I got into underground hip hop, and it felt like that style spoke to me more than the others. The other stuff sounded good, and it was good, you know, the Ice Cubes and the Bone Thugs. But when it came to like the more lyrical shit, like Nas or KRS One, there's a lot of LA underground rap. Right. And when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, so the Chilean dudes, that's the kind of hip hop they do. Why do they do that kind of hip hop? Why do they do gangster shit? I didn't understand that, you know. So I had to kind of dissect it, and then realize, oh shit, there's a whole underworld, a whole underside, like the underside, right? Like Stranger Things, of music, rap music, like the non-commercial side of things. And a lot of times it gets a little too weird, you know,
Yeah.
a little too abstract, you know. But for the most part, I like the fact that you're doing it from within and not from outside.
Right.
And they say we are products of our environments. True, yes, but we should also be able to affect the environment we're in.
Yeah.
Facts. You hear that? No, but you know, it's crazy that when I first such thing as that. Well, I got told the same thing you get told. Like whenever you write, first you want to be a rapper, learn how to rap clean, because that's the hardest thing ever. Because I would use motherfucker in every sentence, bitches and hoes and.
It was an easy filler. It was an easy filler, right?
Bitches better be ready. You hoes. Oh my God.
Give me my money.
Or
Bitch.
anytime you rap fast. Anytime you rap fast, it was like motherfucker.
See, no, man, that was the hardest thing to write a verse clean without, you know, and to make it go hard. you know.
Yeah.
Second was the name. I said, what can I go by? Gordo? No, Gordo, no.
Gordo.
Nah, I got
El
goals.
Chino. El Chino.
El Chino Gordo. No.
So I came up with Ace, like the Ace, because it was like, you know, if you put me on your team, we're always gonna win.
Ace,
So that's why
I get you.
Ace from there on. And then they always, my teacher was, he goes, if you got to go into this, you got to know the leads of hip hop, you know, which would be NWA.
That's good.
You know, know all of this.
Respect the history going
there
in.
you go.
Know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
What it's
Then
really
know
about,
the history,
and then
you know
decide.
that.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I can relate what you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Not no more than a suck now. So.
I mean, you weren't that good back then either.
Bro, let me
Hey, bro, I don't mind throwing a beat. I'm down to freestyle, doggy. We'll do it.
we do that towards the end of the show. We'll make it work.
He says, if you want the best rappers, freestyles. Now you can write all day, but freestyle is where it's
Rap
at. You gotta
writing
get
really is just freestyle. It's
Yeah.
organized freestyle.
Yeah, it's just some people are like, they perfected it.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of the early NWA things, it was all Ice
It's
Cube.
a thought out freestyle,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it should be good, right? That's why I always thought, like, man, how can these rappers be bad? Like they had all the time in the world to work on this shit, and then you go and drop some bullshit. Like I can't.
That's it, but I didn't have people around me that were doing the music.
Yeah.
I mean, he did music, and we both did poetry, but we were both ashamed about it. We were
Yeah.
They ain't gangsta enough.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do poetry, you fat.
It's that perception.
Well,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be. It's because we're both gangsters. You were supposed to be a gangster. Yeah, see, I was born.
Hey, but then I'm like, oh, you got a poetry book?
Yeah,
I got one too.
No, it's a rhyme book.
It's a rhyme book, bro. It's a rhyme book. Don't call that shit poetry.
He goes, hey, don't be a queer or anything, but read this shit right quick.
It's beautiful, right?
He was like, man, my heart is deep, my soul down. Like, yo, shit, son, for real?
That's
Hey, don't
fucked
be
up.
gay, though, but read my dude.
That's like that. You gotta say, excuse yourself. Like, hey man, not to ride your dick in but that shit was tight.
That shit was tight, bro.
Hey, I want to suck your dick.
Damn.
No, and his point is, and see, to me, it was like, we were both ashamed to show each
It's
other.
that macho bullshit
Yeah,
they put in there, bro.
It's just the environment, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you-
you can't
show them-
exactly.
you can't show them like, yo,
When
I'm
you're a
not.
kid, you don't have all that confidence to flex and be who you are, dog. You kind of just have to
Oh, I
roll with
just
the
found out that I
flow.
was the
yeah.
idiot that got jumped in the game. This fucker never got jumped in.
Oh, in the month.
look, I never told you to be a part of it, all right? I was just cool with them. Like, you know, I just grew up with them. And then this one goes, joins them.
But that's what I'm saying,
Pendejo.
like, we never, like we admired each other's work, but we never got together. Like, and even years later, we got on a song together.
You look like a rapper. You definitely got a rap vibe to you. I gotta hear what you're talking about.
That one, mine's all freestyle about it, buffets and shit.
Hey, ain't nothing
He's
wrong
like
with
the
that.
number 2 at McDonald's was fired.
That's some action bucks.
No, but yeah. So I can relate to all that.
You ever put hot sauce on the McChicken?
Sweet sour.
So, have you performed yet on stages? I mean, like, where have you?
Oh boy, I lost count. There was a time where I was trying to keep up with all my shows in the back of a lyric book, but
Really?
I think I ran out of pages.
What's the craziest?
What's the most memorable one?
DMX,
What? Oh, yo.
2005.
The club way.
The club.
The club DMX, bro.
Oh, no,
bitch.
no. I opened up for Mobb Deep. It was pretty good.
Oh, shit.
Raekwon from Wu-Tang.
That is fucking dope. I bet you were just
I
fucking
thought
like,
I was gonna meet him in the backstage area. They were like, "Oh, you want to come to the backstage? Oh, artist only." And I was like, "Hell yeah, fucking."
this would
And
get
I had
tough.
my CD and shit, and they let me into this room, and they had his rider, right? They had his chips and his Ciroc, his drink. And then they were like, "Yeah, don't touch his bags." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he wasn't even there. He was chilling in the bus the whole time. But I left my CD in his little chip bag, and like, hey, fuck with me. But Raekwon was dope. Mobb Deep was memorable. I got to meet Prodigy from Mobb Deep before.
Yeah, Prodigy was a real real dope dude too.
Yeah, I really fucked with that dude hard. Let's see. DMX, Club DMX was tight because it was our first big show. That's back when I was signed with Freestyle Records. See, in 03, I was part of a Fort Worth label called Freestyle Records. And I exploded onto the scene basically as being their main artist. I was a big battle rapper cat. So when I came to Fort Worth, I came from North Dallas. When I moved to Fort Worth, I was bringing my grittiness, bro, because I had already got chewed up a bunch of times, and now I'm good, or good enough,
Yeah.
But over here, it was a lot more gangster, a little like, too cool to be freestyling like that over here, But I came in like, what's good? Shit's whack. Shit's fucking weak. What's up? They were just like, oh, who's this motherfucker? So I caught a bad rap real quick. But it wasn't because I was hating on nobody, bro. It's just because I was a competitive freestyler. Yeah. But people weren't ready for that.
That was your shit. That was your lane.
I was being true to me. But it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and they thought I was just some hating ass motherfucker. And I was like, nah, but I want y'all to get good and come at me. But, instead I caught a bunch of beefs and got blackballed a lot, honestly. Yeah, absolutely. Pussies. But it doesn't matter because that's not why.
I used to go to DMX parking lot pimping.
Bro, I used to make mad money out there with the Immortal Soldiers and fools. They taught me the grind out there.
Yeah, Immortal Soldiers. They've been on. They still doing it.
Yeah, those guys are still. I know a lot of people that went to school with those guys. There's always someone that.
There's always somebody that's been through Diamond. You've been through Diamond Hill, them fools.
Yeah. I mean, they're fucking on the that shoe store on the side.
Max.
Yeah, Max. Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight.
That's what's up though. They're using their hustles to get other hustles.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that for Rennie Falcone, he's the one that's still.
Oh yeah, he's just
always dropping something new, constantly.
The drive in that fool is stupid.
Yeah, that fool's just steady working. He ain't stopping.
Yeah, I like the new name too, Rennie Falcone.
Well, hey, with that being said, we're gonna go on a break. We'll put a pin on this and we'll be back. And keep man, just talking about buffet. Yo,
¿Dónde estás? Where you at? La neta eso no importa. No matter where you at, you'll find a Latin style torta or tacos. What up, vatos? My people get the job done in the kitchen, cooking or washing platos. Mecánicos, cementeros y en la pintura. Music de flavor, mueve la cintura. Cultura, sin censura, sacamos la basura. If you wanna help, you can. Ayuda. Inmigrantes, gente que está aquí desde antes. Colores atractivos, comida interesante. Doctores, oh yeah, we got degrees too. Lawyers that'll help so we can live and feel the breeze too. Mi gente está consciente que hay que darle para arriba. Somos un factor global cuando se unen los latinos. Mi gente está consciente que hay que darle para arriba. Somos un factor global cuando se unen los latinos. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. 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 Yeah, this is for my people, mi raza, mi gente, frescura. Buena letra que no miente. We letting everybody know cómo se siente. The struggle being labeled illegal and residente. We diverse, my verse is like Misa. My cousin trying to make it to Texas, got on my visa. Try to tell the youth to slow down, like Visa. You can be a lawyer or comedian by la risa. Or anything you want, just don't be a statistic. Running a better front. Please be in la casa, giving you what you want. We do the damn thing and we ain't even got a front. Mi gente está consciente que hay que darle para arriba. Somos un factor global cuando se unen los latinos. Mi gente está consciente que hay que darle para arriba. We be facing a problem. Is anybody ready for a revolution? We gotta continue to looking back. I'm gonna need a pack of gorillas and every single one of them better be coming with a cat. For the rap today, the way it captivates, I'm gonna have to say just what I have to say. Motherfuckers gonna have to wait. Those that there with me gonna have to hate. I've been studying you haters. Kinda funny the way that you be talking about your boy, you a traitor. You was a shit, but I really didn't think you would show me love, then save the hate for later. But I know now, can't nobody be trusted when it's more than lust, then better be ready to throw down. I've been keeping it 100 with everyone that I fucks with. Revolution ready, better go down. MCs that be rapping with us, will be marching with us. Some motherfuckers ain't gonna be laughing with us. They're looking half ridiculous, gonna have to get it just to win the best go. Instead of paying dues, they be trying to pay toll. Now what did I say when it comes to rap? These motherfuckers wanna act like they ain't never heard me before. I'm the one that got them on the run. Commander of the troops with a loaded gun. When I do my thing, I have a load of fun. Especially when I get to put a hole in one. I'm on grass riders, crowd insiders, revolutionary minds that anywhere you find that. We can rally in the hood and the next show, fuck it in your weather. I can right now. Don't want no constitution. What we need is a solution. We don't need no institution. All we need is revolution. We don't want no constitution. What we need is a solution. We don't need no institution. All we need is before you as a man of principle, a mere mortal, but together we can grow to be invincible. God's with us, we pray that He give us victory, but it all depends on us if we can change the course of history. Theology speaker, these colleges ought to be cheaper. What's wrong with these tweakers? The bomb should be loaded with reefer. We all in agreement, we move as a unit in march. Troops in the dark, counter-offensive of the music guard.
We have found the next key.
What's your name?
My name is Ryan.
Oh, nice to meet you. Martin Shebangs.
Shebang.
Out by lighting up the stage.
Cast and crew would like to express their gratitude.
You lit it fierce and I'm tame. You lit it fierce and I'm taking away like a bomb. Yeah, baby. She bangs. Oh, baby, when she moves. I go crazy cause she looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Like every girl in history. She bangs. I'm wasted by the way she...
Thank you.
You can't sing, you can't dance, so what do you want me to say?
And you know, I have no professional training of singing.
No.
So.
We didn't believe it either.
Well, there's the surprise of the century.
Thanks, bro. You know, I mean, all right, let me know when we're coming back.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You got it.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back. We are The Cancel Show. We have our guest Kilo Artifact. We got Manny, we got Remy in the background.
Yo.
We're just doing our thing, having a fucking conversation. So,
Oh, I thought you...
it's your turn, motherfucker.
My
Go.
bad. I was going to do the noise. So when you're on stage, is it just you or do you have a hype man?
I used to have a hype man.
Hey, you looking for another hype man?
These days,
Yo.
mean,
Yo.
He'll do like 2 or 3 flips.
We could run some trials.
And then
Only if he doubles as a bodyguard.
Hey, he'll do the
That way
splits
I
too.
can pay you for two things.
I actually was.
He'll do the splits
You do
too.
the splits? I'm not sure we need that.
You sure,
call
bro?
We'll call you, bro.
Hey,
Don't call us.
hey, Tupac was a backup dancer.
Oh yeah, he was.
Hey,
So see, look, you started off as a backup dancer. Put that nose ring back in.
there you go. Dos paquetes.
That's what gets. Those libras. Hey, I've been in La Libra or shit.
We call you pounds.
That's what. Why do you call him pounds? Oh, because he really types hard.
I'm not just fucking with my finger. See, look at it. No, so yeah, when you're up there, like, what is your process when you get ready before you get stage? Like, what do you do?
My parents are musicians, so getting on stage is literally like taking a shit. It's not hard at all to me. It's very natural. The only thing that matters is, well, not the only thing, but the things that I tend to focus on are mic clarity. Am I hearing? The problem with these rap shows is that they always have this shit, and I hate to sound like a fucking old man, man. I'm about to. Old man alert! Y'all ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Club music be too fucking loud sometimes.
Turn it
Yeah,
down.
that sound like some old man shit.
It is some old man shit. But hey, in reality though, a lot of times we're local, bro. We're not the DMX show is fantastic. The sound was great, but that's not always going to be the case, right? So if I'm in a tiny little room that doesn't have any padding or any kind of acoustic design, and it's a box with walls made of concrete, that shit's gonna bounce around like a motherfucking winning lotto ball, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at these shows, turn me up. No, chill the fuck out. Turn it down. There's a lot of times where I tell the DJ, turn this shit down, man.
Hey, the DJ's like, what?
Well, in the microphone.
I never heard that shit
I know.
before.
I've seen that joked about in movies, and I scuff at it. You know what I'm saying? But no, real talk. It's all about clarity. If the microphone is too fucking hot, which happens sometimes, I can't even. Anywhere you put it, it's gonna feedback, right? And I hate when they do that. Just turn this shit down. But I have this little air thing with my finger that I hold it at the same distance from my mouth the whole time.
Right.
So having my finger here, I can move around. I can do this, but the microphone is staying the same inch away from my mouth the whole time.
Right.
So yes, I'm moving, and yes, I'm keeping it live, but that shit is coming through clear. Because the distance between me and the microphone, and I'm not cupping it like that. That's horrible.
Right.
You're just gonna make it worse. So I'll hold my. A lot of times I try to stylistically hold it and shit, and I'll be like throwing my hand out like da 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 da. Switch hands and shit. Sometimes if it's a wireless mic, I got this little thing where I do like I roll it on my finger and then roll it back and these little shit.
Hey,
like
the
that.
owner of the mic is like, oh man, I hope you don't drop that shit.
He's like, oh, the whole fucking. That's hilarious.
You better not drop it.
But nah, bro, this is about learning. At this point, the hardest thing to me in all of music is remembering my lyrics, man.
Really?
Coming up with it, fun, easy. Recording it, hard but fun.
Yeah.
Remembering it, oh my god,
Yeah.
horrible, bro. I can't. Before I had kids, I could probably listen to a song all night and maybe remember it. I'm talking like 4 hours straight, the same song. Like that's the only way. Or sometimes I'd take the lyrics and rewrite them, just so that my brain and hand would get used to the words being rewritten while the beat was playing. And I went through all that shit for my performance. After you have so many songs, God, you can't do that anymore, bro.
Yeah.
And then you got to decide, okay, what am I going to perform this time? What am I going to do here? I used to roll with a DJ, so he handled a lot of that shit. Now it's all by myself. I used to have a DJ and a hype man. Now it's all by myself again. You know what I mean? But,
What happened, if I may ask?
We burned out, bro. We all try to do things in the city, and it seems counterproductive a lot because there's a lot of bullshit involved. And it's fun with dirtiest games. I don't advise anyone to get into music, professionally anyway. I am very filled with my output artistically because I worked out my mental issues on the mic. I was illegal. I didn't know what I was going to do after high school, so I dropped out. And instead of being a wild teen, I put it into my writing. I don't know what to do. I'm half between here. It feels like I'm in purgatory. And put it into my rap. Sometimes it sounded cheesy and corny, but it still went in my books. And it was almost like therapy. I talked about it with somebody with my book, you know. And then I'd release a song and I'd put a little. Like I had this one song that said, da 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 chowder outer, ba da da ba da outer. the only kilo they allow is a Colombian powder. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, the situation. Like, we'd rather have some drugs over here. But you human, chill out. Hold on, hold tight. You know what I mean? Hold on, we ain't got time for you.
You grew up here. You grew up here, but we still don't want you.
Look, I was 7 when I get here. The fuck was my choice to be here? My mom tells me all the time, like, yo, you know, are you happy that we brought you here? And I'm like, yeah, I am. I really am, because I have more. I can do more here than I could have in Chile. But at the same time, man, you dropped me in some hot soup, huh?
Yeah.
You know, and I had to navigate my way out of that shit and through that shit. And
so you said that you just became an citizen, ¿verdad?
2016.
2016. Okay, congratulations. Do you feel like it changes a little bit of your music though? Like now that you're a citizen, or como digo, like, is there certain things you can't talk about because it might affect you?
I used to, but I did it anyway. In 2008, 8 years before I got my resident papers, I was a little tipsy, and we were at my man Luna's studio, and we were recording a verse. And we were writing a verse. He's got a beat playing. It's a pretty cool little underground beat and shit. And I had just gotten in a call with my mom. My mom was like, all right, we finally became citizens. So you're next. And I was like, so I don't get in right away? No, because you're over 21, so we have to basically submit you and start over. They're saying it can take up to 8 years, and I'm just like, oh, shit, it's been 20. What the fuck?
He's like, I still don't got him, goddammit.
It's been 20 years. Eight more? You serious? My whole adult life, I had to live it waiting for the shit to fall in place so that I could proceed with my life? Fuck, man. Yeah. So, no, I put all my time and effort into rap and music and treated it like that was the only fucking way that I was ever going to do anything in my life. And I believed it. Right. And I did that. And then I got my papers, and I said, oh.
I can do other stuff.
And then I went back into school and I finished and got my diploma. I was like, oh, cool. And then I went into college and I took a couple classes and smashed it, killed it, and was like, oh shit. Yeah. Fuck, I'm more worthy than I knew, but no one told me that. I didn't have the chance to let that play out because of the legal shit and the Dreamer Act, right? My lawyer was like, don't go with the Dreamer Act because the next president, which at the time was going to be Trump, he canceled this shit, and he exactly what he tried to do the whole fucking time. Yeah, so no, you're better off with your parents that are citizens submitting for you and you waiting the whole 8 years. And I was like, that's better? He was like, yeah. I'm like, damn.
Like,
so I had all this like, oh, fuck this. I can't live my life. I can't go in any direction with any purpose, with any certainty, because like, yeah. And at 28, 29, it starts getting fucking old, bro, you know? So I'm writing this verse and that shit's just playing in my head. It's just some random rap verse and I'm like, all right. Illegal alien, crossed the border with an Australian, settled in Fort Worth, Texas, with a name being Romanian. I can't even begin to tell you about the pain I'm in. I'm so emerged in shit, I'm ripping hair up out of my cranium. I hit up artifacts, pick up a bag of fat caps, and call up KGB and fade into the night with backpacks. Quick toss-ups, I get up like Mark Echo, spray my lyrics on the walls and let my bars echo. It's hard to let go, kick a freestyle while I'm spraying. I'm a graph head / MC, and it stands for Matt Chilean. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's all I got. But the idea that I started the verse going, illegal alien, cross the border with an Australian, I was like, damn, man, that's kind of raw. And I was thinking, bro, you sure you want to just say that in the verse? But I was so like, fuck this shit, that I just, yes, I'm going to say that in the verse. And I walked in that booth, bro, about an hour later, but I fucking smashed that shit. I come out the booth, motherfuckers looking at me like, dude, the fuck? Like, you went in there and got seriously busy, you know? And I was like, damn, yeah, it's kind of like, out of it too, it's like I unloaded on that verse. Yeah. And from that moment on, I was like, that's it. That's my solo album, The Illegal Alien.
That's it, yeah.
I'm going to talk about this shit that I've avoided talking about forever, just trying to be an American rap star. Yeah. You know? And now it's time to talk about me. Right. And then I wrote another verse. Illegal alien with a permanent stay in the U.S. The crew's best lyricist sitting behind a huge desk. Who's next? Blah, 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 you know? So I started kind of just making that my branding, the illegal alien. And at this point, anybody could have picked up the phone and called. That's why I say I appreciate all my haters for not getting your boy deported. Deep down, y'all love me. It's cool. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? For real. For real. I'm not kidding. Without y'all, I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't know what I know. So anyone who's ever played any role in my life, I want to tell y'all thank you for real. I love y'all for real. Keep that shit locked. But yeah, man, by the graces of some say God, some say a divine force, some say luck. Some say I just didn't do terrible shit that came back to me. You know what I mean? That's the way I live. I like to think that I cleared up all my karma since then, and I've been living a way better lifestyle, eating better, learning a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? The last couple of years have been really rocky with the world changing on us, but I'd like to think that we were kind of already ready for that change in my household. You know what I mean? Because we always think about the world. It's like, while the world was sitting there burning unknowingly the most, I was just like, hey, guys, we can't be rapping all this party shit. The fucking house is on fire. What are y'all doing? Like, that was my goal as an artist. Like, I was always like, I can't fall into the Kool-Aid and just act like it's all gravy and let's just, dog, nah, we can't all be getting heads in the parking lot. This is the house is on fire. What the fuck? Like, that's how I felt. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's always been my approach to it, even these days.
So if you were doing rapping, what do you think, or besides cooking, what else would you be doing?
I mean, probably counseling kids.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I always felt like I could reach them and speak to them and give them something. But guess what? I was illegal. I wasn't allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? So there goes a career of a counselor who would have wanted to help, can't. Why? Because of legal bullshit, legal restraints. Right. You know what I mean? And yeah, I get it. Well, stay in your own country, fix your own problems. There's a reason why my country was in shambles, yo. Yeah. They did what Russia was doing to Ukraine. That shit happened to my country, and y'all be surprised who the Russia was in this scenario. But let's not talk about that because people don't want to hear that shit. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But here I am, right?
But see, that's the truth. That's the ugly truth. There are people that don't want to talk about it, but you are. Yeah. You know what I said? Like, this is the truth.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. my docu-series is gonna talk about everything. Yeah. I have some deep ties to local rap and music and some people that I've brushed with, and you're gonna hear all those stories. Obviously, some discretion, some shit that don't need to be said sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best in providing a full list of details as an immigrant who already had all these sets of fucking difficulties. Right. Oh, let's just make it harder on this fool. He's not Mexican. Don't give this fool any. Or he ain't black. Why is this fool over here rapping? Or I moved to Fort Worth. This fool from Fort Worth. Let's push this foot.
Oh yeah, there's that big Fort Worth versus Dallas thing.
Now, here's the funny thing. And then I lived a bunch of years in Fort Worth, and then I moved back to Dallas because my mom was like, "Yo, at that time, you gotta quit your job. You gotta come back home. You gotta lay low till we get your papers. Don't fuck up in the last stretch." And I was like, "Well, fucking 8 years." I'm 29. I'm not gonna go live with you for 8 fucking years. I'm sorry, Mom. Maybe 1. It's probably all I can tolerate, but I got my life moving. I got my crew. I got my music thing going. That was still popping to me, you know? Yeah. But I had to drop everything and like reschedule and restructure everything. And it was really fucking hard. I forgot what the question was.
No, keep on going, though. Keep on going.
Yeah, it was just a difficult time for me as an artist. But to be able to work through it and decide that I was going to be the coined illegal alien of this rap shit. And then I decided, okay, I'm a resident now. I can make a second album called The Resident. Right. And then I'll make a third album called The Citizen when that time comes. So I'm basically going to catalog my process of changing from like a damn butterfly, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Going from the ugly to the middle to the shit, I'm here. And who knows, maybe at the end of being a citizen, maybe this country's on fire and we have to fucking take off to Norway again or some shit. You never fucking know. But I tell my wife, I tell people all the time, yo, I've lived in 3 continents. I will make it 4 if I need to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, that shit was bomb, bro. I wouldn't mind if I... Here's the cool thing. My best friend, my first Chilean friend, because a lot of Chilean people there, he stayed there. We moved back to Chile because my grandpa died. My mom wanted to see the grave, and we lost everything we had there. We were gone for more than 6 months, so we lost our citizenship there. They had given it to us. Yeah, you want to stay? Sure. Here you go. We were like, wow. And then we come to the U.S. and they're like, whoa, who the fuck are you? What are you doing? Yeah. And they were tripping, when we got to the U.S., they were tripping on this jacket that we had, because we were bringing a jacket with some like Chilean jerky from my uncle that he had asked for. And they were like, the jacket, what's this bag? And we're like, what? We don't even speak English. What the fuck is going on?
They're like, yeah?
Yeah, for real, bro. It was very different entrance than Norway, yeah.
I see Sweden or Norway because they got blonde hair and blue eyes. Like, I always take flags. I'm like, damn, he got something right. He was all like blonde hair.
Oh, yeah?
No, absolutely. And they'd call us blackheads out there.
What?
What?
Well, to them, we were black-haired folks, and we were all of a sudden a nuisance. You know what I'm saying?
I know he wanted to go down there and breed with the people from Norway.
Yeah.
Like the German. So I know
That's
a lot
what's
of
up.
them got blonde hair.
Is it Norway where they pay you to stay to get married to one of theirs?
No, I think it's Iceland. I think.
Iceland?
What's that drama? Give me that smoke.
I think it's either Greenland or Iceland
You know
where.
what I'm talking about, though, right?
Well, yeah, they pay you to stay there.
They pay you
Yeah.
to stay there.
Oh, to stay there.
If you get married to one of the girls there, because they're overpopulated by women.
Oh my god.
There's more women than men. So
I don't want to hear anybody talk about where the females at.
For
They
real.
over there, bro, in Iceland.
It's either Greenland or Iceland.
They pay you to stay
Wow.
there in the homes and all that shit. So.
Iceland. I just remembered Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah.
Iceland.
Hey, Miguel Chavez says drunken news is the shit. That's right. That is the shit.
Drunken news?
We do a episode every
End of the month.
and we kind of just get fucked up.
Oh,
and
it's
talk
like
ab-
between the ferns and some shit?
It's
Yeah.
just like the news from the whole month, and we try to stay on topic, but these fuckers get drunk and they start going off topics.
and then you got motherfuckers barking like DMX and
Oh, shit.
shout out to my boy Jimmy F. What did he say?
Baby.
Jimmy F. Baby, please say the baby. My boy from H Block,
H Block, the king of H Block.
the king of H Block.
But yeah, no, so I mean, the whole thing. Where's it gonna be releasing your whole documentary series? Like,
I want to have a website dedicated to my, not my new label, but my label. Right here. It's a deal. Come on in here. It's for here. Go back.
Go,
Hey,
go ahead.
you come in.
Come in here, fool.
Go ahead. Come in, bro.
Y'all don't know. Beginning, the origins of Kilo Artefacto started with this cat right here.
I actually just started following this dude right here. I actually just started following him. What's up, bro?
I got GT Garza. Hey Garza, if we're not in this party, what's up?
Oh shit, GT fucking Garza.
What's up, G?
What's up, bro?
Yes, sir.
Celebrity.
Hey man, I gotta get a picture with you before you go.
Sure. I just want to tell Chris that we're here around.
I saw your.
Oh, you want to do it now? Or you want?
I mean, we're in the middle of a show. We're doing live. No, y'all go ahead. Fuck it, bro. Come on.
Y'all think? Come in when you're ready.
We'll line up with him on y'all too.
Okay, bet.
Man, good to see y'all.
Good to see you, bro.
I know that cat too.
That is dope. That was GT Garza. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't know, but
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Yeah. I recently found out Homeboy was nasty with the battle rapping back in the day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Louis Guerrero was letting me know that GT Garza used to hold weight on the battle mic, on the battle circuit. I was like,
wow.
oh shit. You get a lot of props doing that kind of shit these days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
oh yeah, but why don't you do like releasing it off of Netflix and all that? They'll pay you.
I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna ship it to all those damn distributors because this shit looks really good, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not rushing it, but here's the cool thing: my friend in Norway,
Yeah.
I already sent him a set of questions that I need him on camera to answer. So the story of the immigration story is going to branch out to people that I know and have met throughout the world, who are going to tell you their experience. Like he's going to tell you what Norway, because his life was, because he didn't leave Norway. I left Norway. My life ended up in Texas being
So
a rapper.
you're gonna go like
He
in different
stayed.
directions. With
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's not just about me. It's about the immigrant story. It's everybody, bro.
It's about everybody
And
that you've
it's time to
had.
tell that story, and it's time that here's what I've seen. Like my man Jose from Churches Chicken.
Yeah.
People just work day in and day out, and hardly have a life. You know, a lot of them send money to their wife in Mexico or in Guatemala or whatever. A lot of them end up getting caught up with drugs or some prostitution shit because the wife ain't there, and you know, whatever the case may be. But I want my immigrant folks to understand that we don't have to live in the shadows anymore, man. You can be who you want to be. You can express yourself as an American also, even if you're not given the green light all the time. You know, a lot of us spend a lot of time in secrecy and just kind of secretly depressed and quietly just withering away, and that can't be the way anymore, man. All my peoples who are looking for a better life, live in the now. I know that the ending is where your eye on the prize, but you gotta live now, man, because you may not get that chance again, man, for real.
Let me ask you this though: do you think that? Because I see this a lot. Sometimes it's nuestra gente tears ourselves down.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you feel the same way about you now? Now, well,
So your
first,
personal experience is gonna fuck you.
okay, there you go. Because I've had that. Like I said that before. Like when I used to work in a construction site, all the Hispanic, all the
Team
Mexicans.
up against you, right?
Yeah, because I spoke English.
It's the fucked up thing is that like whenever you're Mexican, you're not Mexican enough for the Mexicans.
Exactly.
But
You're not American enough for the Americans.
It's just another excuse to divide, bro. That's all it is. And the colonizers put that shit so engraved in our heads that we.
Well, see, to me, like, when I was working there, I'd be like, when I saw a bunch of Mexicans,
it's hard to understand, right? You think that's your people?
That's what I said. I'm like, oh, this is my people. I'm good.
We're good here, right?
No, they were trying to fire me on the first day. Just because, just stupid random thing. But that was my thing. Does that change your view, though? You being who you are, doing music, and
no, we're all products of the earth, bro, and the world has made us all sour and ugly people. We ourselves can change that shit. You know what I mean? But it all starts with your relationship immediately. Like I haven't met you cats in person, but I ain't coming over here all guarded. I'm too cool to really let go and open up with some people, man. Be human. You don't have to be this tough rock that we were all lied to about. You know what I'm saying? Right. So just be genuine, be you. In this rap game, especially, a lot of people try to overdo the slang. Hey man, don't come by. Hey, I get it. I get that shit sells, bro. But turn it off, bro. You know, sometimes you gotta be human. You gotta be direct. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a visible idiot. You know what I mean? That's all.
The second part of the question is that, like, now that you got your citizenship, do you find yourself like has your opinion changed on different things, like like the caravan?
Yeah.
Are you just like, those people just need to go back?
Bro, it's not their fault.
You don't think so? Like,
nah, bro.
I'll say this, and again, this is just my opinion. I saw that they were running from murderers and all that, and I get that. I swear I get that. But the thing is that people coming this way. There's death over here too.
Yeah, I know.
So I feel like, and I know some people that are like, well, they need to come here legally. I'm like,
you act like that's a different line.
Yeah,
go get in that line. That's the legal one.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's designed so you don't come. You know,
they make it difficult so you don't want to. They discourage it. Like, they make it to the point to where you're like, I gotta pay this much. I'm never gonna be able to make that. I gotta do this and wait this long. I'm never gonna be able to do that.
Or they wanted to make you go wait. Oh well, you can wait back in your country. I'm like, really? My whole family's here. What the fuck? You're really gonna send me somewhere? Like you're gonna go out of your way so that I'm not here messing things up? Come on, man. See, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the crazy thing. Like I got friends right now that got deported.
Yeah.
They grew up their whole lives here.
Yeah, that's more of a fucked up situation.
And now they got to go to Mexico, or somewhere where they never been. And it's
dangerous,
like,
bro. They could get.
And they don't know about that kind of world because they grew up here. And it's just fucked up.
Fall through the cracks type shit. Yeah, it sucks, man.
Well, that's the thing that is divided now. When I heard,
you can't blame the people, bro. We're all a product of our environment, man.
But
you know
that's what I'm saying. Though, is like our own people is the ones that divides us. And then, like, even I think as Hispanics, we like to build someone up so we can tear them down. We like to build our own champion. Okay, perfect example, Canelo.
Yeah.
Canelo's everybody's champion, everybody's hero. Up until he loses, people now that he's so big, se cree mucho. He's all about himself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Those are cliches. Everyone at the bottom is gonna hate on people at the top. I think.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like, nah, man, we need to change that shit.
But there's no model for that, so we can't do it just because we want a few people feel good like we should. There needs to be a different way, like in Japan, bro. They don't beat it into their kids, but they structure it into their kids' schooling to not be trashy. Pick up your plates, wash your own shit. That's why that country's so damn clean. Because they literally they attack at the source. You know what I'm saying? All we have is a bunch of shitty ass kids running around in these schools, and unless there was some shitty rap in my days, I get it. You know what I mean? But the shit these days, bro, there's no substance at all. Like it's all about some material shit, some sexual shit, or some killing shit. Nothing else. That can't be good, bro. Yeah. That can't be good, dog. And then, talk about someone who grew up on drug rap and shit, and I love, Master P and shit back in the day. That was great,
Make crack like this.
Man. Yeah. That shit bang, bro. It wasn't good, And C Murder was one of my favorite rappers at the time.
I love C Murder.
Man, that first album, man. Life or Death. Feel My Pain is my shit.
Yeah, C Murder was the shit. So, if you don't know about C Murder, man, you ain't growing up on some hood shit.
Ding, ding, ding. Only real niggas live where I'm from. Yeah, that's my shit. Dog, that first album though, I had this one track that I couldn't stop listening to that I think he was like dreaming or some shit.
Yeah.
I wish that life was a dream.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes I wake up and just wanna scream. I think about them cutthroats and them killers. Lord, don't let my son be another victim.
Yeah.
Problem was he created a victim. He was a problem. He saw murder.
Yeah.
He basically became this whole fucking facade.
Right.
Whether it was true or not, whether you were a thug ass motherfucker in the Cali or not, that doesn't matter. Who are you to the world? What are you presenting to the world? What are you highlighting? What are your values that you're bringing to the table and say, hey everybody, check these out. You know what I'm saying?
And C Murder was one of those dudes that was just.
It was just wilding, bro. Yeah. He had a good voice and a good flow to him. You know,
Yeah,
he was a little less. He was more introverted than the other two fellas. But I loved his music. I love that little eerie Tupac sense that was kind of in his.
And that he didn't give a fuck either.
Yeah.
Like whenever.
But it wasn't Tupac-ish. He wasn't biting it, but it had that same flavor, right?
What's that one song where he's like, sometimes it makes me wonder why I keep
going under.
Yeah.
That's like
On Bossolini, right?
Yeah, Bossolini, yeah.
That's the one I think.
I like Ghetto Boy.
Our age group, I think we
Just
all
a little ghetto boy, a little. Yeah, that's my shit.
He's still locked up. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he's still locked up.
Bro,
for
it was
murder.
at that moment that I was like, man,
See murder, got murdered.
I had to change my role models, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, dude, I mean, true or not, whatever happened to Homeboy, who the fuck am I gonna look up to now? You know what I mean? And my homeboy was looking up to SPM, and then he gets popped in that shit. It was just like, damn, what the fuck are we doing?
I gotta ask, do you think SPM did it?
That's not for me to say, bro.
I mean,
Absolutely not.
Your opinion.
Opinion?
Yeah, just like, do you think he did it?
I think power is a trip.
Yeah.
I don't think that he presented himself as a very clean human to begin with.
Correct.
But it's not my place to say. I don't know. I have friends of his that say it wasn't true, that I know. You know, so I gotta go off what they're saying. But then again, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was
You know what I mean?
I know all these rappers get caught up, and that's the one guy who's like, he's about to be like a mega superstar.
He was about to, bro.
He was right.
And that's why I thought the system was gonna get him before it happened. So for a minute I was like, man, maybe they are just trying to plug the light before this fool breaks the door down on some Latino rap shit.
I think besides Cypress Hill, especially me, because I'm mixed like both, I never really heard like a Mexican person rap.
No, and
Cypress Hill didn't really rap like that.
No, that was a different thing.
But Cypress Hill was more of a rock rap like mixture. It was in
Be Real is a different specimen, bro.
Yeah, Cypress Hill was in a league of its own. Like,
For me, like he was the first one, because you know, like my dad. My mom's Mexican. So for me,
well, Hen Dog was what was he? He was
Cuban, right?
He was Cuban and black.
Cuban.
But
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like as far as like my race, like Mexican, it was like, you know,
It's hard to find one, right?
they made it down to Cali, and I'm like, yo, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, Mexican. Like, oh shit, like this guy's fucking rapping.
Yeah.
So, like, I listened to Be Real on Drink Champs.
Yeah.
And he said that everybody was like thinking that he was from fucking New York because they called they called themselves Cypress Hill, and there's a Cypress Hill in New York.
There's a Cypress.
So once they found out they were from Cali, they're like, "What the fuck? Like this came out of Cali?" Because you know everybody was doing gangster shit.
On that Wu-Tang show. Y'all seen the Wu-Tang show?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
There's a scene where they're playing Insane in the Membrane, and they're like, "You can't believe these fools from California?" And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah."
I seen that. Yeah. Yeah, Cypress Hill was just a whole different way of music.
Well, see, they put their values on the table, and they told you what they're about.
Right.
We are all about legalizing marijuana, and we're going to normalize the fuck out of marijuana in our music. That was their sole purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they might have helped legalize shit in Cali sooner than the other states did, you know?
I think they did, and especially
They
Be Real.
normalized it, you know?
But I think like SPM gets out like next year. Or something.
No, fuck no. He got like 49 years.
But he's already up for parole.
He might be up for a parole, but he probably ain't gonna get it more than likely. Well, see, here's the thing. Like, SPM went down and all that shit happened, and they say he did this, he did that. And then they're like, oh, no, he didn't. And then, you know, he didn't buy his way out of it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they really wanted his money, too.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He went down for not giving it to him. You know?
I can see that, too.
Yeah.
But also,
Heavy
too,
price to pay, though.
till this day, it's a heavy-ass price to pay. But till this day...
Paid.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson paid all of it.
Hey, bro, have y'all noticed since college, he was in college, a bunch of the pros, you never heard shit, right? Like, this guy was like the poster child.
Yes.
For, like, Squeaky Clean.
He was the next Russell Wilson.
Then he asked to be traded.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He traded, I swear, like a couple weeks later.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like 30 women.
Yes, exactly.
I'm like, wait.
Yeah, like the organization ain't gonna find a bunch of chicks in Houston that are willing to say this. Yeah.
Hey, Houston was like, look, we're tired of paying all these bitches. You got to take care of it now. He's like, I want to trade.
Like y'all said, some faces, some people you could tell, bro. When you look at him, I think he was probably going to get massages.
Yeah.
Oh God, he don't look like the type, and then he ain't never had like nothing come out, like never, bro.
But you don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know.
Yeah. But I did like the homie's cut, man. I thought he was pretty clean cut cat for his age.
Yeah, at first.
No, but remember, man, fucking, what about the Patriots owner? He got caught.
Oh, yeah.
You ever heard shit about it?
Yeah, no, apparently there's a video.
That's what you have.
But they, so
I guess he's white and rich. And black.
he's a motherfucking craft. So that motherfucker made that video disappear. He probably took the judge out golfing and shit, you know.
That's what's wrong with the world, man.
Patriots owner called him, and it was like, you know, one day news, and then like,
that's it.
I heard nothing.
He was like, "What? I'm rich. So what? You caught me, bitch.
So what? You caught me? What do you do?
So what? I was getting my dick sucked here. Take this bag of money.
They're like, football player Deshaun Watson has been busted for having massages. I'm like,
You know what it is.
I was like, yo, that's the fucking dude.
They just like to. They like
Yo,
to.
I thought everyone did that, not just football players.
That's not normal.
Nobody. Y'all don't go to massage parlors.
So if somebody wanted to be a rapper, what advice would you give them?
Don't do it.
No, it's not about being a rapper, man. It's about reflection, you know. And here's the thing. I'm gonna use y'all examples.
Okay.
Just a social experiment. How many phone numbers do you know by heart?
Not one.
I know like maybe two, and I know my house phone from back in 2000.
Yeah, right. I know
That's
my old phone number from the 90s.
I know my teacher's number.
But you would. What the fuck?
No, my martial art teacher.
Oh,
okay. What to say? Was you that one kid that boned the teacher?
For me, yeah, it's like, always like.
Because back in the day, we were forced to learn them. Because we were forced to. Or we had a little black book, write them the fuck down. The whole motion of you taking your brain, going through the numbers, writing down a person's name and saying, brain connects world materials on paper with a pen. Writing is the last magic left on earth. Listen to me. Writing is the last piece of magic left on earth.
Yeah, because nobody does it no more.
Nobody does it anymore.
Right.
So you could be an okay writer and then push your shit, believe in your shit, because there's going to be 1,000 lazy motherfuckers who would rather watch Netflix, Hulu, or something on their phone than learn something, than learn a phone number. Or a lot of time I meet these rappers. If you want to be a rapper, please have no problem writing on paper. Because I've run into fools that were like, nah, I don't like writing, man.
Just want to
gives
go.
me a headache, and I was like, then you're not gonna be a rapper, then, right?
They just want to go in the booth and do those ABC raps.
But I was like, bro, you're basically telling me right now that this isn't gonna work out for you. Like, how are you not seeing that, right? So if you want to be a rapper, make sure that you can write shit down. Yes, it's 2022. You can type it in your phone and your iPads and your pads, whatever. The idea is that you are connecting context from the physical world we live in, and you are converting it into a digital form these days, because you're putting it on something that people can consume, whether it be a movie, digital stream, you know. So either you can be the audience that's watching it, or you could be the creator who's creating it.
Right.
And for many years, the people who have been creating entertainment have been the select few, and we can't get through to that club, and we're over here, they're over there, just let that be. No, man, you're an artist. I didn't get into rap to be a super rap star. That'd have been dope.
Yeah.
Still might happen, that'd be great. But if it doesn't, it's fine. I came in honestly, and I walked away honestly. I put my story down, I let it be my therapy.
Right.
I'm happy with I found happiness in my own life, in my own ways, and my success is not defined by how many views I got or how many promo videos I got. And yes, we released the video today with my crews from the Rosedale Cypher crew. Rosedale Cypher Video 3. It's out there on YouTube. Check it out right now. It's called Rosedale Cypher 3 with your boy Kilo Artefacto, my man Raw Truth, representing Tarrant County on this one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got Coda LaFleur, 2MB Diego, a little young rappers coming up, and my man Juice Leroy, who was phenomenal. I hadn't worked with Juice yet, but he's...
Yeah, so he does a creation station every Wednesday.
Oh, he's here? He does that? Okay, cool.
From 9 to 10, and I don't know, I play a song sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah? Okay.
He's a different cat, man. I think me and him, we don't even know yet, but we're gonna do an EP or something together. We got that kind of flavor. Word? Shit, I better hurry up before I'm too little on the. You can cater for the film crew if you want.
He's like, just bring the empanadas, bro.
They're worth it, actually.
Yeah, but that's it, man. You know what you're getting into. Understand that it's a craft, and understand that it takes work. Everything takes work, and don't be afraid to put your hand on a pen and move that shit around. If you want to tab around on your tablet, that's gravy too. I made the transition from comp books and pens to digital art forms.
Right.
I used to remember the chicken scratch in my raps, and knew. Okay, I can't tell what it says here, but I know the line because I remember how this whole mess looked like. So the mess would be engraved in my head. Like, okay.
Oh, I meant to say.
And then sometimes I'd rewrite it cleanly, like I told you before, but it's hard to read. But the messy one, I knew. Okay, yeah, I know where this.
It just felt right.
Yeah, it just fit better. So don't be afraid to write. It takes work. It takes more than you can imagine. Don't expect your immediate friends to stay with you the entire time. That's all. in anything in life, people were like, "Oh, this is my day one." So that's a nice word and all, but no.
So with all the rappers that you've been around, is there like, were you ever like, oh shit, that's so and so, like how I was right now, looking like a little bitch in front of GT Garza?
I don't even know.
Yeah, you did get started.
I did, because I was just like, oh shit.
1B and Talib Kweli were here.
Oh, you actually met both of them? Or?
Yeah, they were here for a sound clash at the old Gillies ballroom over there in Dallas. So there's a sound clash. Red Bull was doing these, like, they'll take two artists, different genres, and they'll throw a show. They're just trying to cross promotion and shit. So it was Oso Matli, which is like I don't know if it's a SoCal or like a Baja Mexico band.
Right.
They play like, I don't know, it's funky, cumbia, rock, indie stuff like that. And they were against Talib Kweli. And I was like, oh shit.
That's interesting as hell.
And then Talib Kweli has a song, Bun B. And I had no idea that Bun B was there. I've always loved UGK. And we're sitting there and, by the mixer and shit. And then my homeboy Justin's like, hey, dude, it's Bun B right next to you. And I was like, and there was a little fence here, and I was leaning on the fence. And the guy with the giant mixer was there. And Bun B was like right here where those cameras at. And I was like, what?
He's like, oh shit.
It's fucking Bun B. And I was like, shit, what do I tell Bun B? He's just chilling backstage. He's not rapping. He's waiting for his moment, Yeah. His Kweli was saving Bun B as his feature for the battle. It's like a song about band battle,
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say nothing to Bun B, right? And then after a minute, Kweli came out and grabbed Bun B, and both of them went and did the song together that they had. And after that, everyone's like, oh, Kweli continues the show, and Bun B goes right back to the mixer room we were. And I was like, what's up, Doc? He was like, what's up, man? What's up, man? I was like, oh, shit. Bun B cool as fuck, man.
Bun B is one of the, at least in my eyes, one of the most influential Texas rappers ever.
Yes. Everyone wants to give it to Scarface, and nothing against Scarface. He was on a song with Tupac. That kind of sets him apart just by default.
Yeah, just because he did something that nobody else from Texas could do.
Exactly. And he killed that shit.
Oh, he killed the fuck out of that song. Like,
his style, thing about Scarface's style is like his style comes through in his raps. In his rap, screams and yells, like just kind of like Tupac did. So it has that more of the.
That song went so good together. Like it's one of those masterpiece of fucking songs.
The beat, as soon as you hear that, you just know it's like, oh shit, this was gonna be hard.
That's to me, that's one of the best songs. It's one of the best songs that I've ever heard. Scarface, and Scarface has hits, but like just in general as an influential.
He kills it when he features, like the Nas feature is dope too.
Oh yeah, that Nas, yeah.
Circumstances is like my first fight. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I get excited, bro. I'll relive all that shit.
But like, just like whenever, like you're from Texas and you were a Texas rapper, but you don't really hear that many Texas rappers break out and do a lot of big shit.
Yeah, because we're not taking serious here, man.
There's
we
only
don't take
certain
the art serious, so they don't take us that serious at the same time.
Yeah. So whenever I heard Big Pimpin', with Jay-Z, and I heard it was Bun B and Pimp C, I lost my shit.
Let me tell you something. That song was more for Jiggas.
Yeah.
For Jigga in the South than it was for the UGK.
Oh yeah.
UGK had no need to go conquer New York.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z needed to have a smash single with some Southern motherfuckers.
Yeah.
There was nobody better at the time.
And have you heard the story behind it? Like,
No, I never heard.
so I listen to podcasts. Anytime I can hear Bun B, I will sit there and listen to what he has to say because he's got a bunch of interesting stories to say. But apparently, Jay-Z...
He doesn't talk stupid, right?
No,
he articulates and he's calm.
He's a smart man. You can tell he's just...
He doesn't try to overthug you while he's talking to you.
I think that was all Pimp C. Pimp C was the...
Man!
Pimp C was just the and then Pimp C was going to say what Pimp C wanted to say.
Yeah.
So Pimp C was like, he agreed to do the song. And he's like, okay, well, you know, Jay-Z was like, well, come to New York, we'll do the song. He goes, no, you come here, we'll do the song here. I got a studio here at my house. And he would not go over there to do it. So he finally got Jay-Z to come down here and do it in Texas, yeah. Because he was just like, he didn't want to bow down to that New York shit.
No, he knew what was happening. He knew what was happening. They needed them. And
they needed
us. Come get us.
And Pimp C was that guy that was just like, nah, fuck that. Either we do it this way or I'm not doing it. Yeah. And he finally came down. For the music video shoot, Bun B, like Jay-Z went on a fucking Carnival cruise, you know, with a bunch of bitches in a fucking yacht, stopped at islands. That whole video was a fucking cruise.
They just shot pieces of it. There's a film crew with them the whole time.
Pimp C did not want to go.
Wow.
The last day of the video shoot, they're like, hey, Pimp, you know, we just pulled up to Miami. You know, do you think you can just swing by? You know, we could record real quick. This motherfucker...
The dock scene, where he's docked up.
That's the only part of the video that you see him on.
Where he's on the bridge.
But that's the only part that he participated in.
Wow.
So Pimp C was like, fuck it. He jumped in his fucking...
He was probably like, I ain't gonna kiss this fool's ass the whole time.
No, he jumped in his fucking expensive-ass car with Gloria Velez next to him, showed up, did that rap, and they're like, hey, why you got that mean coat on? You know, it's hot out here. People on TV don't know it's hot.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, the TV can't tell temperature.
Branding, baby.
You know, and then he just went out there and did his shit.
I gotta say, dude, nobody did the fucking white mink better than motherfucking Pimp C.
Pimp C was a motherfucking rock star.
Cam. Get the fuck out of here, Cam. Get out of here.
Nah.
I am. Get out of here with that shit.
Pimp C was
Pimp C was the one, right?
Pimp C was another person that was just different in the league of his own. You couldn't fuck with him.
Dude, he's the grandfather of all Texas style rap, bro.
Yep.
Let's be honest with it.
Yeah, he is. He is. You know, Scarface.
Man, hold up when we come through. It was the first one to do it like that.
He was the first one, yeah.
I get that you want to have a certain sound. Now, I was having a chat with this youngin the other day. No disrespect, but he's young, so what the fuck?
Yeah.
But we was talking about the word hoe and how this hoe clean. I'm like, well, bro, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? That's you know, oxymoron, right? When it's the opposite of what you're trying to say. How is a hoe gonna be clean? A hoe is a dirty prostitute.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean a hoe like that. What the fuck do you mean, bro? A fucking garden tool? Get the hell out of here.
That's the hood talk, though.
I know. But we as people have to realize where we got to draw some fucking lines because no one is drawing them for us, dog. Nobody, bro. You know what I mean?
I think secretly we start drawing the line for ourselves once we have kids and shit like that.
That's selfish, though. But we got to have a better community. Here's this. We have the power of the internet and able to unify minds and shit, and it never worked the way that we would have liked it to work.
Right.
Doesn't mean we can't, you know? And all with woke culture these days, it's almost a damn... you get clowned for being smart these days. Like, oh, you're too smart.
Well, that's the
fuck
thing.
you know what I mean?
The idiots are deciding now, like, they're the sensitive ones. Oh, that hurts my feelings. So you can't say that.
Yeah.
And we're letting them. We're babying these motherfuckers by allowing them to...
That's why we're the Cancer Show. We're going to say what the fuck we want.
But you can't do both, bro. There's no one solution to that big ass problem, bro. You know what?
My buddy shot to my boy Chad, he said people got comfortable not getting punched in the mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're gonna hide behind a keyboard and talk all that shit, but when you see me in person, you know,
and then your guns come into play. That same punk has a
punk
gun and ain't trying to get hit in the head, so he's gonna kill somebody.
Yeah,
and then everybody's off the streets.
Yeah, nobody wants to fight no more. Everybody's just ready to shoot and stab somebody.
Look at all the pictures, and that's what
bro. You remember back in the days, like there was fight circles all over, like schools, high schools. Mm-hmm. You'd think now with the video era, like they'd have like bunch of those Fight Club videos and shit, but there ain't that many, bro.
Nah, because nobody wants to fight.
Punks, bro. That's right.
Nobody wants to fight no more.
Nobody wants to look dumb no more. Well, I mean, that's the problem.
Nobody wants to get knocked out and then be on camera.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I don't know, bro, because people say all kinds of dumb shit online.
That's like my biggest fear is for me to get in a fight and I get knocked the fuck out, and now I got a video of this where that I can just sit here and watch me get knocked the fuck out. Like,
you tell Andrew to take out the trash. Like, yeah, I'm gonna call that motherfucker to knock you out, Dad.
and that's like literally like I'm scared to like one day fight somebody and they're just gonna whoop my ass and it's gonna be on video.
Yeah, I guess that's.
But also I ain't no bitch either, so I'm just like, man, fuck it. What happens, happens.
But that's the thing, is because we don't have. Look at everything around the influences, music influences, right?
Great.
Look how trash the music is now, and we're allowing these dudes that's
toxic fucking fumes, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I mean, though. I mean, we're letting these dudes address us, tell us how to be a man. They're not even man. You know, they don't. Exactly. So I'm just like, what the fuck? No one else confused.
But you got a problem with dudes in dresses?
Yeah, I do. Man, the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's like a man is.
Wear some tights under there or something.
I mean, I don't. Hey, if you want to wear a dress, yeah, you know, really, do some pictures or something. Nah, if you want to wear a dress, that's fine. But don't sit there and be like, well, we need a, I'll shoot a motherfucker. Well, I mean,
yeah.
Are you really? I don't know, man. Like, I think Young Thug would shoot somebody. You seen that motherfucker in the dress? He was apparently a leader of a gang. Like,
oh yeah. But how serious can you take that fucker?
I mean, you can't until he shoots you.
Bro, you can't even defend your honor as a man anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You got some dumbass little kid with a gun, bro. It's not
because
even
of what
it.
he saw.
Yeah.
Funny video. I wish I could show it, but I can tell you that I saw it on World Star. I think you can look it up. A dude was taking pictures, showing a gun, and that's the thing. The first thing everybody does is take a fucking picture with a gun. Fucker puts it doing.
Boom.
Shot his dick off.
He cheddar bombed.
Yeah,
he cheddar bombed. He shot his dick off.
Shot his dick off, bro. Like,
can you imagine how embarrassing that is? How'd you get shot?
Nah, I'm
shot
lie.
myself.
I'm a fucking lie. I got jumped, bro. I think it was 20 of them motherfuckers.
They started shooting. I was just taking the shots. Dick got blown off.
Yeah,
I was like Nick Cage and Cunning. Who kept walking the shit?
But you see what I mean?
Wind all blowing.
But it just shows you how stupid this generation is. Yeah. And then the OGs, like ourselves, we get like, oh man, shut up, you're old.
Yeah.
We're not back in those times.
Yeah.
Oh no, we know back in those times you got.
Yeah, and we felt the same way. And here's the thing, we felt the same way about our older people trying to tell us shit. But there was a big generational divide between the tuck in your shirt people and then us, right?
Yeah.
I think we're all untucked shirt people at this point, and we should be able to relate to our youth better. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying. Because I'll tell you what, right now, the church is not doing anything to help the situation. Neither is the fucking state. So when they say shit like, "Oh, shut up and dribble," or "artists shouldn't have political opinions," or "just make party music. Why are you worrying about the world's problems? No one can fix that." Well, that's that kind of fucking attitude that's going to keep shit on a decline. As long as I'm alive on this planet, I'm going to do what I can artistically to help the situation, man. You feel me?
Well, I think as an artist you should.
Yeah, it's a
it's
duty.
Your responsibility.
Yeah,
it's your responsibility.
Yeah. What are we? We're just journalists of our era, of our generation.
But see, like,
you know?
for example, when Donald Trump was talking all that shit about what's his name?
Which one?
The one that nailed.
Oh,
Kaepernick.
What do you call him? A son of a bitch, right?
Get that son of a bitch out of here.
Yeah, now
just like that.
yeah, and then what happened? All these other fucks are doing. What happened? They were doing illegal shit, and now they're all like, "Oh, we don't see that."
Yeah.
And that's not the problem.
Yeah, all the tampering and all that bullshit.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's just like
everybody has their own agenda to what the fuck they want to do and how they want to do it.
And then here's another thing: trying to stomp out history is a bad thing too. Like sometimes it'd be like, "Oh, we don't want to remove the racist monuments because that's just part of history." I ain't got a problem with that. It is a part of history.
Actually,
sure, cool.
You know what? I didn't have a problem with it, but the thing is that now you're just doing it to fuck you.
There you go. That's the problem. When it goes off, okay, now we're just doing it to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing that everybody wants and nobody wants to say. Okay. Everybody knows America stomped the fuck out of the Western Indies before settling and becoming the most powerful nation in the world, right?
Right.
So yeah, there's some blood money here. Let's not pretend there ain't.
Oh, it's all over the fucking place.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of us minorities or people who have been the oppressed, right, are the ones who didn't have an easy way in. And I'm not saying that every white person has it easy either, bro. I've struggled with some white folks who on the ground level too, bro. You know, and I've gotten helped. by some folks of different races. And that's what it's all about. If we can, I say that in a song. If you want to help, you can. Ayuda, you know, inmigrantes, help people, you know?
Yeah.
It's all about helping people. But at the end of the day, dude, everyone's fending for themselves, and no one really wants to put in the extra work, bro. Not the church, not the state. So fuck, as artists, maybe we could spice up the water a little bit, and that's always been my output. Like, can we at least stop saying? And I'm one of those MCs that doesn't say the N-word in my rhymes.
Right.
I stopped saying that shit in 2005 because I made a conscious decision myself to say, hey, this isn't my fight. I'm not gonna.
Right.
And at first I was like, well, it's used to unite, because my Latin people say it and my brothers say it.
Yeah.
So it's unity. Right?
Right.
But at what expense?
See, when I had that conversation,
you know what
before,
I mean?
You know, it was,
and I'm not saying like, it's just, can we just do better? Period.
There we go.
That's all.
It's one
if,
word.
If there are a few things that are not going to be too hard to fix from ourselves, and I'll tell every rapper in the city, Dallas to Fort Worth, if you're a rapper, if you want to rap, if you're an MC, if you want to entertain, if you want to be a part of this, stop contributing to genocide. Genocide means killing of a certain kind of people. We're killing ourselves with this shit, mentally and then physically with guns and I don't want to talk about street races and shit, but we're talking about violence here, right?
Right.
And we're talking about people wilding out and running wild without any fucking safeguard or any kind of, hey man, watch out a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
People running wild, dude. So as artists, yes, please, I challenge you. Stop saying dumb shit. I know that everything's a hoe. Hey, just hoe clean. Hey, man, I want to sound as Texas as possible because right now, talking like this is marketable.
Yeah.
And I might sell more units if I talk like this. And just hoe that. And hoe that. And I talk to a homeboy. I'll be like, hey, man, you should stop saying the whole word so much. Oh, well, you know, it's just part of my culture. It's Texas rap culture. And I was like, yeah, but maybe if there's one thing out of Texas rap culture that we could point at and say, yeah, that one's a little out of hand, I think that may be it, right?
Right.
Well, why don't you say the N-word? I was like, well, I'm not black. I gotta respect them. And okay, what about women? You can respect them? Do you have a mom?
Nah.
You have a wife? You have a daughter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like, come on, man. Let's break out of this fake idea that, oh, it's just entertainment. It's harmless. It's
Yeah.
not, no, man. People eat this shit by the spoonful, man.
Right.
And they're going to eat what you give them. It's the internet controls everything now. We can put out whatever music we want to put out. We don't have to follow the trend to be put on the radio like the old format. But we're stuck in this old format trying to mimic and do the shit that's been done for the last 5-10 years.
Right.
Which is trashy ass rap, twerky, and you know, drug related and all that shit. And I get it, bro. Sometimes as adults you gotta do your thing, bro, but let's not fucking glorify it. What's happening is these kids are seeing Paul Wall with the grill and shit, and oh, that looks fantastic. Or, you know, motherfucking Escalade on 22s, I want that.
Yeah.
But that ain't cheap. That ain't easy to come by, especially these days. That's more than a living wage to own some shit like that. So we have been programmed with these fake wants that are not needs, and we fucking kill ourselves trying to get that shit that was never necessary anyway.
Right.
Why? Because of some fake notion that that's what I need to be confident. So can we just unplug from that fake reality, that fake world where it's just music, it's just that? No, everything you say and do has a vibration, and it vibrates, and fucking I don't know how far, but it matters, dude. It matters. I'm a happy man these days. I haven't had it easy. I would love to be a more popular rapper in the city. I would love to be invited to more podcasts. I would love to be invited to big shows, especially the one this weekend.
Yeah.
But nobody fucks with me when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah, I was trying to get in there too.
You feel me?
Smooth Vega, you ain't never hit me back up, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, trying to get there.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a big show, man. For real, that shit's gonna pop off.
That's why GT.
Maybe
That's why
one
GT
day.
Guards
Yeah,
is here.
that's why I'm here. But maybe one day someone will say, "Hey, maybe we should contact the real positive rapper that, without promo and a bunch of drug money, has still maintained some relevance some fucking how."
Yeah.
How? Why is it? Maybe the shit's actually strong. Maybe the fucking shit that this guy is putting out is actually potent and actually means something. I have made a lasting impression, and I don't like talking like this, but people need to know. I've made a lasting impression on hundreds of people.
Yeah.
I have helped directly young kids, like I told you I'd be a counselor. Young kids that I worked with that needed help, I've taken under my wing. I lost one. They got killed because of fucking $80 by some drug dealer that owed somebody money. Homeboy was just over there going to get a sack, but you're gonna get killed for $80. because old dude owed somebody some money and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was a week away, or two to 3 weeks away from telling young homeboy, hey, come stay with me, bro. Your situation with your mom over there is not good. There was a moment in my life where I had to leave my apartment. I had to start over a bunch of times, really, as an immigrant, you know. And I ended up staying with my man DJ G and his nephew, Nemo. He used to be a breakdancer. Remember the blowouts that Vega used to throw out?
Yeah.
He was big into those blowouts, man. He's a big breakdancer, and he had this fantastic heart, Nemo, Victor. Yeah. And we were roommates the time that I lived with my man DJ G in Fort Worth, in Northside. And I moved away, and I was like, man, those are bad conditions for you, kid. You know, there's a lot of illegal activities going on. And this kid was like 15. I'm a damn immigrant without papers at the time. Yeah. Trying to find out where I'm gonna live next, worrying about this kid. Damn, I gotta do something about Nemo. I gotta do something. That's just the way my mind ticks. And when I finally got my little duplex apartment, I was like, man, I'm gonna just tell Demon, hey, bro, if you wanna come live over here or stay over here sometimes, if your home life ain't right, you know, or whatever, open door. Yeah, help me sell CDs, come with me, and we were cool like that. And I didn't get a chance to, bro. Fucking got gunned down across the street from his mom's house, going to go get a sack. That kind of shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the everyday hood shit.
Yeah.
That's what sucks. That like who you said, it's that everyday hood shit. We should be saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's we should be changing that.
Yeah. Or another thing too, like again, I say shit that it might get me in hot water. You let me know when we gotta stop.
No, you good, bro. You speak your mind, talk your shit.
Here's some real shit. All right.
Hit us with the real shit, bro.
Everybody wants to play this G code shit, all right? Mm-hmm. And nobody wants to question the G code. And what's really the G code? The G code is don't snitch, right? That's the number one. I'm not saying snitch, mind your own fucking business. But if your hood is deteriorating due to drug trafficking, and you're watching it happen for years, just look the other way. It's a boarded up house next door, no big deal. Everybody knows it's a crack spot. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that there's fiends in there. Nobody does shit. Nobody reports anything. Police don't give a fuck. If the neighborhood don't give a fuck, then who gives a fuck, right? Why would the city come give a fuck, right? So, and we have this area in Fort Worth and Southside called Hemp Hill. I don't know if y'all know about Hemp Hill area. Yeah. That's kind of my area, you know?
Like right down the street.
Well, I used to sell CDs at the Butler Car Wash like crazy.
Oh, yeah, I know where that's at.
05 to 09 basically was like my prime time. The Berry Wash too, around the corner. That whole circuit that I used to hit. And bro, times have changed, bro, and things are different. And what you used to do then changes. But and now we have this Hemp Hill No Se Vende movement. You ever heard of that one? Because the city. Oh
yeah, they're trying to stop from getting gentrified.
It's coming in to gentrify, basically tear
just
down
like what
the
they
hood.
did to the east side.
And build it up nicely, change the property value.
Well, they're doing that over there on the east side. If you see,
well, they're gonna do that anyway.
They're trying to get.
It's development.
They're trying to get all the.
But
y'all motherfuckers crazy thinking that there's $200,000 houses next to a crack house.
Why don't we, as a community, give a fuck about while our community is deteriorating? Right. Not all of a sudden that the city wants to step in. We want to be like, oh, hold up now. This is our block. Well, it looks like shit. And what have you done to it? Well, we just kind of let these guys peddle their shit and look the other way. Well, fucking no fucking way. So again, I'm saying we can be a bigger deterrent to the bullshit if we are fighting it on the ground level. Yes, there's always going to be people in diplomatic situations and seats and councilmen and women and presidents and people that are. It's their job to affect this, but. Right. People don't do their job in any capacity, bro. So you have to expect these cracks are gonna be everywhere. So we as people, are we gonna patch in those holes? Are we gonna fix our own neighborhoods? And I'm not saying snitch out your local drug dealer, but don't allow it. Let them know it ain't cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Start putting initiatives. The cops ain't gonna be out there doing anything for the hood, man. But if you are in the hood and you're seeing it deteriorate, man, talk to your people, man. The church leaders used to be intimately involved in the neighborhoods that they were a part of, man. And now that shit ain't even like that.
It's all about the money.
Exactly. And the rap is all about the money, and so is the Queen of the South show.
Right?
You're a part of the problem, bro. But you know what I'm saying? That shit's entertainment, but we can't draw the fucking line because we're running wild without any fucking morals. You know what I mean? And that's just the bottom line, bro. So I've been in challenging artists, the hardest artists only, to inject a little bit of morality, a little bit of good juice in your shit. Nobody says you gotta do gospel. I ain't fucking Christian, dude. I don't do gospel, but we do positive shit. We can do good shit without being stupid. That's all I'm saying, man. That's it. So.
No, I mean you say the same thing because I say the same thing. Like you can tell you, that's what you don't have to do a lot. Just do a little.
Yeah,
bit.
do a little bit, man.
Or just reach to one person. That person can reach to another person, and you can see the world change, man. Right there alone.
That's right.
People are too proud, or that's not my problem. That's not my kid.
Yeah. And when I say, we'll probably going towards a recession, so shit's probably gonna get worse, man. But for real, in this hard time, bro, everybody try your best to just squeeze some good out of yourself and see if that shit reciprocates, man. Because there's a whole lot of bad oozing out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's only gonna get worse now. Look at how everything's changing. Yeah. It's getting worse and worse and worse.
It's and to watch it, it's just like that's why I can't do club music, bro. Like, I'm sorry, there's just too much at hand. You know what I mean? And that's just my whole shit, bro.
You remember like back in the day where the worst thing was 50 Cent?
God, yeah.
Like, you know,
I remember when Ice Cube was America's actual nightmare.
Oh, shit.
You remember that? Mm-hmm. And then he started doing movies, and all of a sudden it's all gravy. Now he's a taxpayer, man, and it's all
he's
good.
appealing to the white folks.
For real.
That's where the money's at.
He lost me, man. For real. He lost me this last year coming up with this, trying to get involved in politics. I was like, dude, come on, man. Go drop another good record, Ice Cube. Shit. Sorry, man. My man Ice Cube ain't dropped nothing good since like early 2000s, bro.
I mean, you're not lying.
War and Peace might have been the last dope album.
War and Peace was fucking
double disc. The Crazy Bones song alone.
I haven't heard
the NWA talk. Ooh, son. Look at these bitches with attitudes. Boom, boom, boom. Hello. Started this
gangsta shit.
Yeah. The motherfucking world is a ghetto, full of magazines, full clips, and heavy metal when the smoke settles.
Shit.
That shit was hard. When I got my car, that was the first song I put in. Boom, boom, boom.
I routinely hear it every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's on my playlist.
Or the one he did on the I Got the Hookup soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
The Ghetto Vet.
Becoming a
Ghetto Vet is one of the hardest rap songs of that era. Dude.
It's one of the. It paints a picture.
Dark.
And see, that's
that
what missing.
Beat too, that piano.
That's what's missing in music. That there's not really many artists that can paint a picture to a story that they're telling.
There's good storytellers.
Like there's a handful of them,
Yeah.
But there's not really many that can. You can sit there and listen to a song and just see it.
Yeah. Nas is one of the best in my eyes of that shit. I do think he does a little too much jazz sometimes in his raps, But I do like I've been liking Nas for as long as he's been in the game to still be relevant and doing not poppy commercial shit and still be like, oh, this cat right here.
Oh shit,
man.
I want to ask you this: what do you think of Eminem then? Is he like? Do you think he's changed? Like,
Eminem.
I mean, some people, some people like, nah.
No, man, he's fantastic. He's fantastic. He's by the third album, he already did everything he needed to do for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anything after that, you can't expect these artists to reinvent themselves every time.
You can't expect it to hold up time after time after
real.
time.
I think that's a real M though, because there's a rumor that's a clone.
Maybe his beats did start changing after recovery.
I mean, he
fucked it on us.
Nah, but I'll tell you what, but for versatility, for that fool to come from the underground, and I like to not consider myself like him, but when I came into rap, I felt like an outsider because 1, I wasn't black, 2, I wasn't Mexican, 3, I wasn't American. So
You're not Mexican. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
One of these days.
He's like, I might be Mexican.
Hey, I do tell some of my homeboys, I'm more Mexican than you, dog. The way we fuck around and talk. Mira, vato, te puedo hablar en español como tú quieras, cara. No hay pedo.
Oh, yeah? Speak Spanish, motherfucker. Get your no sabo ass.
No sabo.
I speak.
We should get him a shirt. She get no sabo.
Yeah, this motherfucker don't speak no Spanish.
I speak it really well.
So sure you do.
So
let's finish this conversation in Spanish.
So you say you freestyle. You came up on freestyling though. How did it come about?
Hey Remy, you got a beat back there?
I just have rhythm, bro. I have rhythm and I understand rap. You gotta nail your verse.
Are you
on the
able to go to
snare.
Spanish to tell me on freestyle?
I will go back and forth, player.
No shit.
Maybe even throw in some Parlez-vous François.
Oh
Oh shit!
shit.
He's like, that's all I know. That's all I know,
man,
friend.
for real. And I don't get a chance to freestyle a lot, so excuse me if I say some funky shit. But at least I don't have to edit myself. When I'm on the radio, I battled on the radio before, and you can't curse. That's hard. To freestyle diss someone without cursing?
Bro, you can do whatever you want here.
You can say whatever you want, however you want. We don't give a fuck.
That's all right.
And if somebody gets offended, then we're glad.
It's all right. Email. Comment box, bitches.
Let's see.
Send in the feet pics to Mando Lerma.
Oh! Give me ammo, because I'm going to throw all this in the freestyle.
Oh yeah, he's into feet.
Feet?
Yeah, he's into feet.
I'm not.
You got a hellish fetish?
I don't.
He's got a fetish, bro. He's into feet.
He does
For
it.
feet's sake. Motherfucker used to work at Just for Feet.
He's got a foot sniffing problem.
Yo. We get serious at the canceled show because any one of these days they might just close the motherfucking door on us. Oh, you gonna kick this off today? There you go. Sometimes I wait for the beat to come on so that I can spit a freestyle. Holy shit, what's this room I'm rhyming in or rhyming on? Coming on, oh, in fact, come through in this place every time. Always spit it, shit with grace. This is how I do it. Reinvent myself. Used to sell CDs on the shelf. Now I move around in stealth, selling empanadas. Better for your health. Try to understand the way we do it to manage wealth. You and your people, I'm telling you, do something useful. Take up on the microphone, write something fruitful, something you can pick up off the tree, pull open, eat it. Something really dope. Don't take your meat out and beat it. Do something better with your life. The internet's right there. You can do whatever you want. You want to be standing there, looking all bummy, looking all funny, going to school. Other kids calling you dummy. Yes, you was that immigrant kid that didn't speak Spanish. You felt the anguish, and still here you standing. It's all good though, you gonna make it one day. Take it from your homeboy, Kilo de facto with a K. There you go.
There you go.
The days gone by. Hey, there we go. We can keep it
That was
rocking.
good, bro.
That was good. That was good.
Let's go.
Spy, I'm gonna go back home and start writing some shit.
He's gonna open
Here,
up the
Kilo,
journal.
I wrote to you, but
Hey,
you
he's
go
gonna
ahead.
blow. He's gonna blow the dust off his book. It's been you. Hey, if you get a lot of rap in your inbox, it's gonna be him.
Okay.
It probably will be because like I've been wanting to get back into it.
Dog.
Not just to get out there, just for me.
That's what it's all
Like,
about.
If I ever pass
I'm
away,
all
I
about
would
it.
Have, like, it's just like
Some
like that.
a frozen memory for folks. Yeah, your mark, literally a digital mark here.
I
You know.
remember this fucker here. We go back. He would write some shit, then I go right back some shit. Then he would write some more.
Yeah,
Then I would.
y'all got a good vibe about y'all, man. For real.
Oh, thanks, man. It's like what you. It's like you, man. It's about love, man. One day we're gonna be gone, and we're gonna be behind.
Yeah.
You know,
We got like 53 episodes that we're leaving behind
That's
right now.
man. Look,
So
we're good. We're good now. Let's go party.
we're on YouTube. We're gonna live forever now.
Oh, the website. Someone's on the website.
I'm pointing for pop song shit up. No, but with that being said, where can people reach you at, man? If people want to hit you up.
Let's say people want some empanadas, give them the website,
Right
do all
there.
that shit.
Chef Keys Amps. Just like that, folks. Chef Keys Amps. That's KEYSEMPS. That's for the goods. That's for the food. I will deliver to your neck of the woods, wherever you at. DFW and surrounding areas, of course. Now, if you're talking about the man behind the music, that would be Kilo de Facto. In Instagram, Kilo de Facto, DEFACTO. Why? Because I'm the de facto chef, DJ, engineer. Gotta do it all. Also, in Facebook, anywhere you want to find me, YouTube, Kilo Artefacto. There's no other way to do it. So sometimes I spell it in English with an ART-OF-fact. I always thought that looked cool, but for some reason it just doesn't catch on with the people, with the algorithm. People spell my name wrong all the time. So as long as you put Kilo Art, you should be able to see your boy, the Chilean rap terror, to do away with the trap era.
Hey.
There you go.
That's it, man.
All right, thank you for coming.
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
More than happy to do some more work with you in the future, and definitely gonna be ordering some more food. Buy some empanada, listen to a CD, shoot a bootlegger, you know.
You trying to bootleg this shit,
Hey,
bro?
don't forget, new two videos out, okay?
Yeah,
The
two videos.
The Global Latin Factor and the Cypher, Rosedale Cypher.
2 videos on YouTube. Check them out. Fucking fire.
I will say this, hey man, thank you for coming out. You're always welcome here. This is your home just as well. Shout out to the homie Remy. The ones that
Boy, Remy.
Yay, and thank you for tuning in.
My man with the mystical dreads over there.
Hey,
Mystical dreads.
Oh,
Good shit,
man.
fellas.
What the fuck? Don't start. This fool is about to get up and dance. Like, you don't know.
Fun fact is, I've always wanted to be in a boy band.
Oh!
I'm telling you, when I was younger, I wanted to be.
I mean, any band you're in, I guess would be a boy band. At that point.
Hey, this fool right here was the Save the Last Dance.
I'm telling you, when I was in the arts, bro, I was.